And we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
Good evening, Boston. Watch out for local warlords in your area. Are there 16-year-olds destroying banks? Find out on tonight's Brockton Bay Book Club.
Woo!
Yeah, we are
Hey.
basically entirely in Boston.
Almost entirely.
Yeah.
Almost
Almost,
entirely in
yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the Brockton Bay Book Club. We are a group of friends who read through currently Ward. If you've never been here before, we go arc by arc, splitting that up sometimes when we need to, and just discuss. Tonight we are discussing Arc X Eclipse from Ward. And as your hosts for tonight, I'm Alan. We have Hannah,
Hello.
Jacob,
Hello.
Michael,
Hello.
and Nick.
Hello.
Welcome.
And that being said, welcome all. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you for being here tonight. As always, we have bingo in the description of the YouTube video, so you can play along. And if you want to contribute to that or discuss more about it and share some memes, we also have our Patreon, where you can be a member for as little as $1 a month and
Yeah.
just get in there, talk with us. As always, I make the promise that we are working on more material, and I can actually say that that are Patreon exclusive. I can actually say that we are doing that, but just took a while to get stuff set up for that.
Yeah.
As many of you have noticed already, there's a very sexy microphone here now that was bought using patron money so that I don't sound like ass.
We're very thankful.
It was
True.
yeah, it was noted, and this is where your money goes. So you're welcome.
Also,
Now
that
you
being
need to-
said, if Alan does sound weird, it's because he's sick. That's why he
little
sounds a
bit.
little nasally.
Yeah,
Just
if I sound
smidge.
if I
Can't have
sound
everything.
great, it's because of the microphone. If I sound terrible, it's because I'm sick.
There you go.
That's true.
But yeah, as always, no spoilers in chat. I'm the only person who's actually read Ward on this book thing, so kind of leading the discussion here. If there's questions you'd like to ask, put them in chat, and we'll try and get to them when we can in the discussion. Not so certain. You're also sick. I'm so sorry.
No.
Hopefully you didn't get it from this podcast.
Are you certain that you're sick? Though?
Aha.
Boo. I'm gonna boo myself on that one. That was
Yes, you
bad.
can boo yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even gonna acknowledge it.
No, yep.
All right. Well,
just
that
gonna
being
leave that.
said, let's get some initial impressions from this arc. Hannah, what did you think?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is everything that I thought Ward was going to be. Like, I love the villains taking over the city. Like, Worm built that up so much for me, and this is like, it feels so nostalgic. Like, we're running into so many people we know already, and we're like slipping back into the swing of villainy. And I really enjoyed it. The jumping around was fun. It was a good couple of chapters. Yeah, big fan.
I'll be on the flip side this week. I did not particularly enjoy the arc too much. I
Yeah.
really
Aw.
liked getting into Ashley's character. I mean, we want these chapters for all of this main cast pretty much. But it did feel to me that this could have been summed up in a chapter or two and did drag quite a bit for me. Jumping around was it's fun chapters, but just didn't I'm ready to get back into where we were. I think that was maybe the big thing for me is we left off on such a really tense moment with the story in terms of the world and our characters and where they're at. And this was a long 8-chapter break, and I'm ready to get back. So, but fun
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I'm kind of in the middle. I definitely enjoyed parts of it. I think what Hannah highlighted, the getting to see some characters again that we haven't seen in a while, some of which because they're dead, like Accord. Rest in peace, King. Who could have solved all the world's problems if only they'd listened.
No one ever did.
Yeah, no one ever did. And so getting to see like him again was fun. And getting to see a bit more into Ashley's psyche, especially knowing she's a clone. And the way that it ends, I thought was interesting too. Them talking about memories. We'll get to that later. But yeah, some really good moments, and then I kind of felt like it dragged a bit. It was a little like 1 or 2 chapters too long, maybe. Not in a bad way, just like Jacob said, ready to get back to the main cast and what's going on with them.
Oh, that's so funny to me because
Yeah.
like I'm disappointed that we're back to our main cast. Like I kind of don't care. Like I think I just enjoy the villains more than the heroes.
Yeah,
And so I'm
that is
like,
true. Yeah.
give me villains or give me death, preferably both.
Yeah, I fall. I don't know. Feel like somewhere in between. I do think this is 100%. This is what people were expecting from Ward. I think if this was your start, your first arc or something, or even your prequel, transitional thing into following Ashley's journey. This is what people were expecting. You've got a villain. You're inside their head. It's going through trying to establish territory as a warlord. Like it is Worm all over again.
Yeah.
That being said, Ashley is insufferable theater kid, so like I can't stand her thinking, and I just want to like constantly slap her because she has all the energy of the, oh yeah, well like you should be afraid, and for once she actually can back it up for the most part that like she actually has
Yeah.
a deadly power. But most of the people who talk like Ashley, and there are so many people that talk exactly like Ashley, like you just go. I could slap you and like you'd be done. Like you're just 2 things happen. I hit you, you hit the floor. 3 things. Ambulance hits 60.
Just slap them
like
and they hit you with the oh.
yeah, exactly. Like like I didn't realize you could actually hit me. Like it's just one of those things where you just hear somebody talking and you're like, I don't like feel inclined to physical violence, but just to prove you wrong, like you couldn't kill anybody. Like
Yeah.
you really couldn't.
She is
You sounded pretty
absolutely
Beast of Burden-y.
yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Jacob?
I said you're sounding a little Beast of Burden-y there.
Oh.
Which my mistake, my Bob.
My God. Oh man, really leaves a hole in your chest though.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I do feel this
she
is
does
what
give
people.
Strong Hot Topic kid vibes though. Is
She
what I was
really
gonna say.
does.
It's
I mean, like,
she's
she's
got the thigh high like black and white striped socks and like the black skirt and like
listen,
the
listen,
cat ears.
listen,
Hannah, I know I'm describing your teenage years.
listen. I was a lonely child.
Just like Ashley.
The most.
A lonely theater kid.
Okay,
No.
look, this is a little too close. I'm feeling a little personally attacked. It's fine.
But as always, I think this was good writing. I really enjoyed being inside of Ashley's head. I do agree, however, with Jacob. This went on for too long.
It did go a little long. I can agree with that.
There's a lot of good parts to it. However, overall, I don't want to sit and listen to Ashley talk or be inside her head for that long. So, maybe that's a personal preference thing. A couple things pointed out in chat, and I did know this as Bernard pointed out. I believe these were put out almost back to back to back, like for like a week.
Oh, interesting.
So very short writing spree for Wild Bow.
Okay.
Very intense amount of time that he released these. So also apparently everybody in chat is sick, including the other Alan. I'm
man.
curious. Vailey. We'll go with that, Vailey. Do you also spell yours the same as me, Edgar Allan Poe style?
That's very rare thing.
Because
to
if
come across
so,
in Edgar
that is a
Allan.
very rare thing.
It's very rare. I was gonna say all of the Allens in Worm are all not spelled correctly.
Well, those guys are dickhead Allens.
No comment.
It's a different breed of Allen, you know.
They
Right.
haven't answered how
different.
they haven't answered how
Yeah.
they spell it. They might spell it that way, guys.
I was about to say.
Before we
yeah,
insult all the other Allens.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, Allens with 2 L's have never lost to Taylor.
There you go. I
Think
think he
about
wrote
that.
a.
Well,
Look,
Oh,
I was thinking E-N. I wasn't thinking.
let's
Yeah.
fucking
wait,
go.
is it
2
A-L-L-A-N?
A's, 2
Yep.
L's.
Wow.
Bravo.
Nothing
Wow.
but
2 L's.
W's.
Congratulations
Wow.
on being
Well done.
the ye lucky few.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
It's good to see another in the wild represent. Anyway, as I was saying, Allens with 2 L's and 2 A's have never lost a fight to a bug girl.
There you
So we'll just continue to take that as a W and I'll go undefeated. All right.
Valid.
But yes.
I said valid.
Oh, valid. Thank
I
you.
understand how
said
that
Alan.
sounded like Alan.
I
but,
also heard Alan. But on the topic of moving off the topic of Allens, let's get into this enough so we have anything else to talk about here. Let's go. Nick,
Eclipse
would you care to-
X.1.
X.1.
Yes, we're reading Eclipse. If you haven't figured that out yet, I think we said that, but if not, we are reading Eclipse X all the way through. So X.1. Ashley keeps her cool, preparing for her trial. We see Damsel's trigger event. She talks with Yamada about dreams and memories, and Edict learns Damsel is on her way to Boston. So,
Ooh, we
Yeah, I
start
think-
off with a bang.
yeah, and so does Ashley. And I think it's interesting seeing because we've kind of seen her in third person or from Victoria's perspective, flexing her hand and like very tightly holding her wrist and holding her power inside, basically. And that at least that's the assumption we've had. But now knowing how much mental effort goes into it, how dangerous her power was to herself and to others prior to Bonesaw's intervention, which will come up later. Like it's just like, oh man, that's like what a gift and a curse is mostly
yeah.
curse in terms of a power, right? Like it reminds me of it's not this extreme, but there was an X-Men one-off comic about a kid who wakes up and he's mutated, and his mutant power is basically he dissolves everybody in a 30-foot radius of him.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
And so like he walks downstairs and his parents just start dissolving in front of him.
Oh.
And he can't control it though. So it's like very much like a so he goes and runs off in a cave and Wolverine goes to talk to him because he's the only one who can be near him without dying.
Right. Woof.
And
Yeah.
so it's like that kind of power where she's like, literally I could go to high five somebody and blast their hand off,
Right.
Like you don't realize how many little things you do with your hands probably until you couldn't use them anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's interesting. We're thinking about her trigger event, and I also, Bernard, to your point, I also feel very sad for her trigger event, which I feel like most people have a terrible trigger event.
Yeah.
Regardless of
Name of
who
the
they
game.
are.
Yeah.
Name of the game. It makes me wonder how her power interacts with how she thinks, and part of it is she still takes advice. We see it later to the point she remembers advice that her dad gave her, even though he was a terrible person. And the idea of like she in the moment still probably loved her dad, even him being as shitty as he was, but just didn't want him there then. And so this idea of like tearing apart things, and it kind of being the fact of like always in tension of I want something, but I also want to get rid of it. is just sort of how she lives, I think. She wants to have people working for her and, with her, but also she can't, she doesn't want to rely on people. And those both come together at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So she, the idea of her being very destructive at the same time with things, with her hands, I think it's this weird tension of like things that she wants and also things that she doesn't want, and that's where her power comes from. It's very abstract in my head, so it's hard to describe.
Well,
But
it's very much that, right? Of like, I need you to be gone is kind of the feeling she gets towards her dad that triggers her.
right,
Is like, if like our lives would be better if you didn't exist anymore, right? And then that thought taken to a literal extreme of a
yeah.
power that blasts out,
Yeah.
erasing,
But
essentially.
also,
Yeah.
I get the impression, probably, that she still loves her dad.
Yeah.
It's you're young, you just
One, I think she obviously didn't intend to kill her dad
right.
or her mom.
Right.
But like you said, it'd be better if he wasn't here right now.
Yeah.
Well, I like that
And
the way her power is described. Like this, I do like the way the art kind of develops her power a bit because it's like
yeah,
it's very specifically not annihilation or disintegration. It's like twisting, warping, accelerating, bending, moving. It's like an extreme version of what you're saying there. Like, hey, I want you to not be here right now. So my power is going to push you, incredibly quickly. It's gonna kill you. But like that's what it's like this. It's really interesting wordage that or verbiage that Wildbow uses to describe.
It's almost like a miniature black hole, like a black hole beam almost, where it doesn't quite. It's not like who is it who erased people? Scrub?
Scrub.
Like
Scrub.
he
Yeah.
had the
Mhm.
eraser power. It's
Yeah.
not quite that. It's like a very quick and sudden grip because she says it leaves behind like pieces and almost
Yeah.
like crunched up pieces of what it used to be. I can almost
Yeah.
imagine it's like a shot of a black hole that just wraps it all up and squishes it into a tiny piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I also think the trigger event of literally her dad using his hands to beat up her mom. And like in that same moment of her trying to do anything to stop him and trying to, grabbing one of the tools from the fireplace and this like trying to stop him but like using her hands. She's trying to do what she can and like I can't help but feel like there's a connection there. There's this she wants it to stop, but it's a very I don't want to say hands-on because that makes it sound kind of pathetic, but like it's hands-on.
Yeah.
And so much of that trigger is connected with her father, which like we such complicated relationships with our parents. Like even if we have good relationships with them, like there's still a lot of complicated feelings there. And like Alan, I think you're right. She doesn't like she still loves her dad. Or she doesn't want to kill him. She just wants him to stop.
Yeah. Which again, that motion of like stop.
Yeah.
Is very
Mhm.
connected to her power then.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we want to read into it maybe a bit more, the idea of how it doesn't it even unevenly tears things apart, which I think, and I'm going to go ahead and read into this, is like she has a list of things in her head that she wants and doesn't want that are often contradictory. And so it's one of those things of like, let me go ahead and pick things out that I want, but because we're getting rid of so much that makes up reality, and also you can't keep, half the shit without it also disappearing. The way she shoots, it literally comes out like, I mean, it sounds like fucking wingdings. It's spirals and shapes, and it is a blast, but it's almost a blast of they describe tendrils at one point, and
Yeah.
things getting torn apart and
It's
turned to
chaotic.
ribbon. It's so chaotic looking. It's like popping one of the streamer blower things, but dissolving everything that is kind of in that
And
direction, but not even consistent. It's not a consistent beam. It's like one area of that funnel might be a beam, but the other's a spiral, and some of it's shotgun blast. And
yeah.
it
If
just
we want to take the symbolism of her power a little bit to an even further level, as a child who experienced abuse, her mental state is such that it would be one that wouldn't easily form close relationships because there'd always be that chance of they'll hurt me, I'll hurt them. Her power is
Mhm, mhm.
literally keeping people at arm's length
Yeah,
in the most literal
absolutely.
sense of like, I can't form a truly close relationship with you because I can't be close to you. I might risk hurting you. And even, we'll get to Jay later and talk more about their relationship, which was fascinating. But even that relationship is entirely built on practicality and not like you have to help dress
Yeah,
me, but you're not my friend. Like
exactly.
even though you're the closest I'll ever have to a friend, she's keeping him at arm's length because she's afraid.
Yeah.
Like obviously we can't have a real relationship because, I've mentioned X-Men already, so it kind of is like Rogue
Yeah,
who
yeah.
can't touch people,
Something. I mean, this we want to get even spicier with it. I'm pretty sure they're sleeping together, hence the him getting out of bed at one point in time.
Yeah.
And she mentions after that, like she can't do anything when they're together, essentially. Like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she blast him, so he kind of has to do all the work, which confirmed absolute pillow princess. But
Well, I don't even know if they, because it's never really quite confirmed. Like they're clearly in the same bed together, but like it's it's followed up very quickly by this kind of clinical
Yeah.
preparation of her persona, I'll say. Uh so to me it feels like I don't even know if I would say that they're having sex, that it's more of just like you are here. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she literally kept him close in case she needed
mm,
him,
yeah,
not necessarily in a physical or sexual sense, but in the sense of like physical sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
non-sexual of like, yeah, I need to get up and get dressed and do my hair and do my makeup. Like you're here, getting up now,
Yeah.
kind of
Like
thing.
yeah,
because she is all about that theater persona in a way.
Yes.
He's like her backstage assistant, which means he needs to
Yeah,
be there before she walks
absolutely.
out of the room, basically.
maybe
I
and
could
maybe that's the
Absolutely.
case. I
Yeah.
just
I
felt
could
that
see it
that
either
was
way.
the case because there is a line pretty quickly after about how it's like even when they were together, she
Yeah.
couldn't she couldn't use her hands for
I
anything
think
with him.
I think I remember that, and it felt more like her saying it's not like we could do anything anyway, right?
That's
Um,
how I read it as
less
well, I
less so
think.
like that he can do what he wants, but she can't, and she just has
Mm,
to be, has to lay
yeah,
there. More of
maybe that's
like
how I read it.
a we can't do
Yeah.
anything
Yeah, I
because
also know
yeah,
how what
yeah,
is it? Not like elusive, but uh elusive. Yeah, or something like that with Wild Bow, how he is with sex and fade to blacks. So I was like,
Yeah.
I see this. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty them being in bed together is a quick
sure.
shorthand for they sleep together, like
And maybe,
sexually.
maybe I think I did interpret it more along the lines of um even if she wanted to, her power is so much about control too, and at least the way she
Yes.
sees it is about control. I don't
Yeah.
know that it actually is, but for her it feels like it is, I think. Or she's
Yeah.
tied her power so much to having emotional and mental control that I would be surprised if she's ever been that vulnerable with somebody. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
um
I would agree. I also think that so much of that theater is the persona of, never needing anybody, never like even in this role that Jay takes of, putting her shoes on and the guys call him her bitch. Like it's this, and he's happy to be it. Like he's happy to to fill that void for her. It still feels like a servant role, not necessarily a companion role. And in that same way, like I don't think that she would allow herself to see. I just don't see her allowing a kind of sexual thing with Jay of like, you know, this give and take of power, and like sex is so much about this weird exchange of power. Sometimes it's like I don't know if she would allow herself to be in a vulnerable position like that with him, in a
I
sense to like
mean,
give him what he, you know, in her mind a teenage boy wants. I don't
I could,
know.
especially because it's a power dynamic, I could absolutely see her being like, come on.
Yeah, you know.
See,
So,
that's the thing though,
Good
is like
old
I don't read that from her at all. Like the power from her, it's too
if it was
important.
yeah, if it was, it'd be the
I don't
like
know.
bringing sexy back. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave kind of vibe, you know.
I mean,
yeah,
Or
I was,
Jay
yeah.
saying that. Jay saying that, you
Yes,
know. Not
yes.
of
Jay
course,
is
of
he's
course.
such a yeah.
Shout out to Jay.
Shout out to Jay. What a bitch.
Uh,
What a bitch. He's a good puppy.
what a simp.
Yeah.
Look, hey, look, the world runs on a few good simps, let's be honest.
A few good simps. My next, my next porn parody.
No. God damn it. Okay, we gotta move
We
on
gotta
from this.
hold the line. We just need a few good simps.
Followed by
Oh,
the
God.
the hit 12 Angry Simps.
Oh wow.
Anyway.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So the conversation about memories is interesting with Yamada, just
Yes,
to
let's talk
move
about
on
that.
to another part of
Yes,
the arc.
please. Thank you.
Because these are not this Ashley's real memories, and that's what's interesting is they've been implanted. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring in something from a future arc where Ashley reveals she has other people's memories too. She has some of Edict's memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in X.1 you see there's a brief takeaway where it's like, oh, Edict and Licit are talking about following her to Boston, basically. And which as a side note, this whole arc, I'm just like, anytime Edict and Licit would show up, I'm like, you guys are trying to adopt this homeless mangy puppy, but it's got horrible rabies, and all it wants
Yeah.
to do is bite you.
Yeah.
Like,
Rip
and I'm
your
like, you guys
arm
are
right out of
you
its
guys are
socket.
really trying to do a good thing, and bless you for
Yeah.
trying, but my God, is it so unsuccessful?
Oh gosh.
But no, like, so that was interesting. This idea about like her digging into her memories, maybe even trying to figure out what's real, what's not. Are these my memories? Are these other people's memories? Having Edict's memories in there as well is just a really interesting aspect of her character being a clone that was interesting to see more of, right?
Right.
So I really
Yeah,
liked that.
absolutely.
That was a cool include.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Ashley is a clone, but like what does that mean to her? Like how does she see herself? And I think that so I mean, yeah, the kind of back and forth in these chapters of jumping around from her timeline as a villain and then also, you know, post Gold Morning and her trial and this kind of like skipping around, it feels super disjointed, but it also feels like maybe how Ashley feels, like trying to put the pieces of her history back together, and like she as the clone didn't necessarily live this life, but she has all the memories like she should have. That, you know, being in Boston and everything that happened with Jay and everything that happened with all the other villains and Accord and everything. And it's like all of those memories are, she's trying to, like, she knows that they're hers, but they're not hers. And like the sense of ownership maybe, and piecing things together, and the memories that aren't, she knows aren't hers, or like just that feeling of like the disjointedness of how the story is being told lends itself to Ashley and putting herself back together, kind of. I don't know, I really liked that a lot. Was a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Um things I took from this chapter. I really loved the initial chapter getting into current Ashley's head.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pill
Mhm.
being dropped and the
Oh my
anticipation
gosh.
combined with, hearing the abuse and uh, 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 and the guard in the other room being like her dad. Um,
Yeah.
there's this within each chapter, there's this constant callback and transition between one moment where she's like looking at her hand and then the next moment that's looking at her hand, but in the past, or, the talking of this, and then it moves into the past or the present in another manner. Um,
Mhm.
and they're all getting, they have this almost not an analog, maybe an analog in the other time, uh, to something. Somebody comes to help them out. I mean, even Kenzie kind of has analogs and other characters, like Angel or something, in the other time. So just love that. Love the mindset of the coin toss. Every time she's
Mm.
doing something, there's a coin toss and getting in her, head of like, what am I gonna do? And kind of she almost isn't in control of that. And there are things that can disrupt that 50-50 chance she just snaps. And she does have a small modicum of volition to interrupt that coin toss in her head. Kenzie can interrupt that coin toss in her head. There's these small moments that she can break from that mindset that she has. Um, and so that the concept of wins and losses, I count this as a win. This is a half a win, and those build up. I get in win-loss states if I'm extremely like if I'm starting to get depressed, with a lot of losses kind of stacking up. All of a sudden, I realize I've started counting them, and
Mm.
and they win. Most of the time it's fine, but if I start counting them, I know depression's already here, it's settled in, and my life becomes a matter of trying to count wins and losses over everything.
Yeah.
And of course you're depressed, the losses always stack up more. um
Yeah.
so really liked talking about all that. um I love that Ashley immediately calls Kenzie out, or well, not Kenzie out, but Kenzie's bullshit out on with the her counsel. She's like, "Did she touch you? Did she do anything? Did she give you any video?" She was like, "Yeah, this is the video." She's like, "Delete that. That's fake."
Yeah.
you know.
Don't trust Kenzie.
Yeah.
Which it's very like
fair.
big sister energy, but also like, oh, that ruffian kind of. But also don't trust that video.
Yeah.
Don't
love that.
let her show that video. That's...
Yeah, don't.
Uh,
It also
Yeah.
like goes to show how easy it would be to just kind of like, let Kenzie show the video, or speak up for herself in a way that could impact this hearing. Like I feel like she's accepted the potential of whatever they want to assign her, her fate. And I really respect her for that. She's so much of these chapters, she's the driving force. She's moving forward. She's making her own decisions. She is like making her own fate. And in these trial sections, she's very much like letting others decide her fate and like sitting back and letting it be done. And to me, that just shows how much she has grown, which, big fan. Like I said, big fan.
Absolutely. I love forward progress. Fran, you are correct. Edict and Illicit, who I absolutely love, as per, Nick talking about them as well. The fact that local law enforcement, that they would leave out food for Ashley so that she would have something to eat.
Yes.
Because,
The eclairs.
when basic necessities are taken care of, you don't have to go out and rob banks. So
I mean, unless you want to, unless
and
you're
it
a villain
felt,
trying to make a name for yourself.
yeah, which, in a different territory, definitely something to be said. But yeah, the idea that they like, hey, it probably costs less money for us to drop off groceries every week than it is to like repair a bank. So like
Right.
we could just do that and save a ton of money. You
Mhm.
know, the way
Yeah.
that maybe a social program should work. So I love that these heroes at least are like, do we need to do another accidental grocery delivery? And that's the thing is
Yeah.
they're not
Oh.
disrupting her like need for respect and all of that because nobody wants
Yeah.
to feel
Right,
like
her
a pity
pride.
case. So
Yeah.
like the fact that and she's what 16, you know,
Yeah.
like
She's a
she
kid.
is a true a truant child. Uh,
I would be interested to know what happened in the gap between when we meet Ashley as a damsel and when she first gets her powers, because it makes me think Edict and Lissa being so compassionate towards her almost make me think they know what happened. Like they've heard her story somehow, and maybe
Mm.
it was really like easy for them to put together, right? Like
I think so.
cops find a house, they see people
It's
with pieces blasted off of them.
yeah.
About 2 months later, there's a villain who has blasting
yeah,
powers. So like, oh, okay, it's easy
the
to put together.
daughter's
Yeah.
Now.
It's also
missing.
it's also
Yeah,
a small
yeah,
town. Like it sounds like her
yeah,
hometown is pretty
exactly.
small. Everyone knows each other. There's not a lot of villains. Like there's 2 gangs that
She is
everyone
the villain,
knows.
the
She is
local
the villain.
warlord.
She's the
Yeah,
local hometown
yeah.
villain.
And
And like
so,
I mean, I think
yeah,
so she says is she 12 or 13 when
I
the
think she's like,
trigger
yeah,
happens?
I think she's
13,
13.
13, I think. Yeah,
13.
Mhm.
And then when we see her again right before she leaves for Boston, she's 16. So like she's been there
a
for
couple
3
years. Yeah,
years living on
it.
her own or living
Yeah,
in bad situations.
yeah, yeah. To draw the parallel, it makes me wonder how would the PRT have treated Taylor if they knew everything she'd been through from the get-go, as
Right.
opposed to finding it out after she'd done everything horrible that she'd done.
He,
You know,
yeah.
because it
Yeah.
could just be a personality thing too, right? Like Arms Master's just not the right kind of person to tell your sob story to. Maybe,
100%,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have
Whereas,
been like skill issue, get good,
yeah,
Yeah.
whereas like,
morally and physically.
Edict has a kid, and so she's like, oh
Yeah.
damn, like I get it,
She's a
like I
mom.
want to take care of this person.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny.
yeah.
Once
Well,
again, I think the small town hero stories are a lot more fun than the big town hero stories, personally.
yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
Yeah.
I can't spell your
Vale.
name.
I think
Other
it's just
Alan.
Vale.
Is it Vale? Okay.
That's how I've been saying it.
Vale said, imagine if Tag was tasked with making sure Ashley had food. Boston might have gone the way of Newfoundland. Like, yeah, if Tag was there, it'd be like, put poison in the food.
Yeah, exactly. Tag's like,
Oh my
so we're gonna
God.
put a bomb in the Twinkies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no,
Edict and
no,
Listen are like,
stop.
so we're gonna give them food, and Tag's like, to poison them. They're like, no, we're just giving them food. They're like, for free? Oh, no.
Right, but you at least put
grenade
a
in
tracker in the box of Twinkies,
Yeah, you put a
right? So
tracker
she
in
keeps
there,
the tracker.
right?
You know where, and then we can blow it up at any point in time. And so we can blackmail them to kill other villains. So it's like, no, you're a monster, Tag.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, on to X.2.
X gonna give
Yeah.
it to you.
Alrighty, next point 2. Damsel enters Boston, gets
Mm.
shown around by some nice kids, and attends a truce moot. Team Therapy's inaugural session ends.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, she immediately latches on to Dorchester, also with colloquially called Deathchester, which I think
Deathchester,
is funny. Again,
baby.
very emo, like Hot Topic kid of like, no, like she immediately
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we nicknamed it. Like the kids are like, we call it Deathchester. It's goofy, and she's like, no, I like that.
No, it's perfect.
That's the
It's
name now.
perfect.
Now that
It
I'm
will be
there,
mine.
I mean, it's not too uncommon. Everybody knows Fayetteville, North Carolina is called Vietnam. So
Vietnam.
It's true.
Vietnam.
I don't think I knew that.
Yep.
Really?
The people who
doesn't
live
it
been
in
have
there?
like the most
That's
most
amazing.
murdered Walmart?
the people who live there
That's
call
not
it that, so
great.
we can call it that too. So
Yeah,
it's
let's
okay.
be clear. We're not like dubbing this place.
No.
I
Michael
actually my
lived
first
there.
memories
Alan
memories
lived there.
are
Yeah.
from Fayetteville.
I
It
mean,
had
I've only visited there once, so I really don't know much about it.
That's
It-
all you need,
but
really. It's
it
just
had the
once.
most dangerous Walmart in America for a little while.
nice.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
That's exciting.
Uh,
Good for them.
wow.
When you mix
We walked
people
the
who are
line.
no longer
We
in the
walked the
military
edge of
with
danger.
poverty, it's not a good thing. And then there's actual poverty
You know,
to mix with the other like armed poverty, and it's just it's a bad time for everybody. That's my diagnosis, but you know, there's nice
I
parts.
mean,
There's
no,
nice
it's probably
parts.
very accurate.
It sounds pretty
There's
accurate.
pretty nice parts too, but you know, it's whatever.
What parts that aren't army surplus stores, tattoo shops, and car dealerships? And the answer is there are none. There's the Walmart.
Oh man, yep. We're getting a little too specific
That's
about
exciting.
our area now, but
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Ugh.
Uh,
the point
As Vale
stands.
pointed out, the PRT knows trigger events are traumatic every time and don't have any. Oh, hello, Bunty.
oh,
And don't have any
Oh.
programs in their account.
they don't seem to be very well prepared for a group that deals with children and powers and triggers, and like to have a wards program and then not to feel like you have any good systems set up for like we saw this a little bit in Worm where like, oh hey, we know of a teenager who's triggered, we want to like go in and recruit him for the wards, keep an eye on him. They literally show up, he's a plant from Coil or whatever, and it's like the mom's terrified of him, kind of freaked out a little bit, and like they come in and they're like, hey, it's cool, you should join, and they basically like they basically bribe him to join, and then he joins, and it's but there's no system that is set in place for these kids who just went through some traumatic event and now have immense power regardless of what genre that is in now. It's
Yeah.
like, did we not think this through? Like, I know it's early days, but it's not that early days.
I mean, if
So
you think-
we have programs. Kenzie's
Yeah.
talked about the programs. Kenzie's been
It's
in. They have
not
summer
good
camp.
enough.
They have summer camps and stuff. I feel like this specifically is one, and obviously PRT, as we know, is a fucking wreck. But I feel like this one is maybe because it's a small town. Like there's
Oh,
two
for
heroes
sure.
in this town. In terms of powers, there are two heroes and a villain. Like that's the powered people in this entire area.
Right. But
yeah.
there should be like, hey,
yeah,
boop, 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 boop. Hey, PRT. I'm
there's
edict
trigger hotline.
in small podunk town, West Virginia. I don't know where they are. And in Virginia, and we have a kid who blows holes out of her hands.
Yeah.
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 You want to send your team to come and talk to her? She murdered her parents.
Right.
Now,
You
sorry,
know,
Leviathan,
not
just
just,
killed
hey,
another 100,000 people in Canada. We gotta go deal with that first.
like I understand there are bigger fish. Like
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are big
No,
fish.
I know.
I get it. But like how is there not like a small team
No,
of
I agree.
two Miss
I will
Yamadas
say,
and a Weld and a somebody else,
Right.
and they just
yeah,
they come
I will
and
say
they
though,
travel.
the one
out.
thing that I feel like they could have that isn't mentioned, and maybe they do have it, would be like a parahuman hotline of like,
Right.
hey, this person I suspect has triggered. If you want to investigate, I think though to counter that, the only thing I can think of is that you are dealing with highly volatile teenagers in situations, in the sense of if you like imagine you were 13 or 14 or 15, right? The mindset you were in back then. And some people you don't know in suits come to your house and are like, "Hey, you're dangerous and we need to help you." Wrong impression, right? Versus like
Sure.
what Kid
Yeah.
Win does. Obviously, Chariot was a plant, but what Kid Win does, which is like, "Hey, look, you've got some new powers. It's wild. We've got resources though. You can do cool things for free."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I imagine it is a fine balance of like how much time and resources do we actually dedicate to
That's true.
recruiting kids who are highly volatile, and if we go about it the wrong way, it could be worse than if we just left
Yeah.
them alone and they found their way to us anyway.
And we
Yeah.
know that I've got, there probably something in the wiki that I need to look up. But I feel like given the fact that like Vicky goes to a hospital and talks about,
Yeah.
that they would visit the hospital with these kids because they know that these kids are, one of them's likely to trigger. And surprise, surprise, one of them has a friend who literally said like, hey, here's a program, get in touch. As Vale pointed out, just call 1-800-Jessica, get her on the line with them. But like, it seems like, and granted, this is post-apocalypse, but they had stuff before where like superheroes were going to hospitals. We had them going to schools. Like clearly they were
How
doing
effective
stuff.
is the DARE program, really?
Yeah, we're not gonna that. But I mean, it's selling one of those things like, hey, I as a kid go through a traumatic event. I know I've met one of the heroes before. I could reach out and say, "Oh my gosh, I got powers. What do I do? What do I do?" Or
I mean,
or
she
at the
did
very
also
least,
just murder her parents.
yeah. Which
Yeah.
for her,
So.
once again, she's in a small town. I can't imagine, and it feels like from what I remember of them talking with Edict and Licit before, a conversation that they have is, I think they got stationed there. I don't think it. I don't. At least Edict, I don't think is from there because they talk about getting stationed somewhere else after Boston, like that will get moved, and they say like again. So they might just be.
I mean, it's
local
probably,
reps.
Yeah, it's probably very like military. Like you go where you're stationed and you move your whole family with you.
Yeah,
You
so,
have
like,
your like non-tape identity, that you're an accountant, and you put your kid in school, and then you move in 2 years again.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I mean the difficulty of implementing a good social program certainly isn't lost on me.
Yeah. As Vale pointed out, the hero plan, you get a curfew, $100 a month, discipline, and have to wear matching costumes. The villain plan is $1 million a month. But if you get caught, you just switch to the hero plan.
Okay, but actually,
Yeah.
this is very accurate. That's pretty accurate.
As Fran pointed out, this, and I was thinking this as well, the story of Ashley is basically just the story of Rachel, but a villain got to her instead of like Armstrong.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Also,
let me see.
Back to the chapter though. I really liked again just showing her teenagerness of like her coming off the bus and being like, "Ha, got by the cops." Like
Give myself half a point.
Me.
As if
should I go
as
flirt
if every
with cop?
single cop, as if every single cop is looking for her specifically.
Exactly. Like she's like, "Oh, I could go ask for directions." Oh no, that's no. Okay, hubris. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah. So we get a peek at the truce moot where all the villains are coming together.
Yes.
In Boston. This is
Mhm.
what Victoria and others have referred to as the Boston Games, I believe.
Yeah.
Where there was a lot of
I was so
conflict
glad
in Boston. Yeah.
Yes, I was so glad when I realized that this is what we were gonna get. We were gonna see the vacuum from inside the vacuum. Like, yes, let's go.
Yeah. And so seeing some familiar faces who we enjoy. We've got the Clockwork Dogs, which is a Cord and another hero or villain, Detente. Detente, sure. Detente is how I said it in my head, but Detente is probably
that's also how I read it.
Detente.
Detente.
We've got Blast Germ, which is Blasto and Rotten Apple or Poison Apple, depending on how she feels. So we've got some familiar faces in there as well, which I really liked.
Do we know who Rotten Apple is?
I mean, Rotten Apple, Poison Apple, our girl from
the opening, from the community center. I don't remember her name.
What did she change her name to?
Fume Hood.
Fume Hood. That's right. That's right.
And it was something dumb like Orbule or something like that.
Yeah. Pustule.
Pustule.
No.
The pimple popper.
Not a good hero name though. No.
Nope.
Great like Uber and Leet kind of.
Yeah.
The pimple popper. Gross.
Poison Apple was much better than Fume Hood.
I love Poison Apple.
I hear Poison Apple, I can only think of Larry Boy.
Larry Boy.
Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, I believe.
Is that a thing?
Aw.
Oh, that's funny.
And the
I-
bad
I missed that
apple. I don't
one.
know if
That
I know
sounds
that
right.
I
one.
only know a
Yeah.
couple
Right.
of Larry Boy villains.
I
With
believe
the
that's right.
the
Rumor
after, I
weed.
believe it's the after credit song is done by Corn or no Shucks, which is a Corn
Oh,
parody.
Oh
Okay,
my
cool.
gosh. That's awesome. I don't
That's
think I
awesome.
remember that.
Amazing. Whoa, I
Heavy
haven't
metal
seen this
Larry Boy
one.
song. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
That's
we'll have to
funny.
get together. Maybe
That's
that's maybe that's a watch party.
that is a
There's
Watch
watch
actually-
party.
There you go.
I heard there's a new Larry Boy coming out next year, actually. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, sold.
Oh my gosh, my childhood come back to haunt me. What?
Maybe we should just turn this into a Larry Boy watch along podcast, and talk about
No,
all the
that's
Larry Boy
Patreon
adventures.
content only. Patreon
You're-
content.
you're right,
only.
that
You
is
gotta pay
Patreon
for
content.
that shit.
That's true.
Meanwhile,
Oh my
all our
gosh.
patrons are like, "Oh my gosh, they're doing it again."
They're,
doing it
I
again.
think
Oh
they're
my
gonna
God."
pay us not to watch it, actually. But
They'll be like, "How about you don't do that?"
No, I'll
and-
ignore it. We're still watching it. They just don't have to look. They don't have to
Oh,
watch
wait,
the
no,
extra
we do
content.
another tier list, except it's
Yeah.
just Larry Boy tier list.
Oh,
The
that's
anti-tier.
yeah. Oh,
Join
that's
this
great.
tier to prevent it from happening.
they'd hate us. They'll hate us. Anyways,
Um,
that's so niche. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, poison apple, fume
Mm.
hood,
Yes. Right.
germ, blast germ. Why? Okay, that actually threw me off for so long. Blast germ is their group name.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's terrible.
It's a
Yep.
terrible name.
Yep.
I
They
was
did
like,
it. They came up with it while it was a high idea, and they were like, "This is the best name
Uh,
ever." I
"This is so great.
germinate,
Blast germ.
and you blast,
So
and then we blast
stupid.
my germination all over the
So
city.
dumb. Oh, that's
Nick knows what I'm talking
no.
about.
No.
I know what you're talking about. Germinating
Yeah.
all over the city.
Yeah, that's right. Go blast this germ.
Tim.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
One
they're good.
normal podcast. That's all I
Uh,
ask for. One
never,
normal
no.
fucking.
Never gonna happen.
No, I'm just
So
kidding. I don't want a
one
normal
question
one.
I do have. One question I do have. Is Accord from Boston? Because Detente is not. We know that he's an outsider. Is Accord?
I don't.
Because if so, that
know.
very
don't
radically
think
changes the way I imagine his character. Because in my mind, he
Someone
is
look it up.
voiced by
I'm looking.
Ron Perlman, but specifically doing the voice of Slade from Teen Titans is how I imagine
Ooh.
Accord's voice.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
But if he's from
Oh,
Boston,
I
that's a
love Ron
very
Perlman.
different kind
If
of
he's just Mark
character.
Wahlberg, just like
I mean, like, is he Accord or is he Accord? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
He used to
Yeah.
be.
I
Very
don't. Because
He used
he
to be
worked
in
for
Charleston.
Watchdog. So.
yeah, he
Uh,
worked for
Charleston,
Watchdog.
Boston, though.
Yeah.
And that's
Charlestown. Yeah.
yeah, Charlestown, Boston.
I'm
right?
looking.
I mean, if he is Bostonian.
just Ben Affleck. I'm trying to think of
I mean, it
which
just
bad
totally
Boston accent.
changes the voice I had for him in my head. Like
Yeah.
he was always this like suave, smooth villain. Like again,
Yeah.
like Slade from Teen Titans. Where he always
I gotta
sounds like
look
he's
up
one.
what that is.
But like I don't think you can't be quite that suave with a Boston accent. Sorry. I just
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was he
my
wearing a-
stepdad's from Boston and
He's
I know a lot of
If he-
people from Boston. I just
It's
He's
okay. I
not-
can say this. I know people from Boston.
I have Bostonian friends. I would never have a
Yeah.
Bostonian friend.
I think he is. I mean, they're not saying straight up that's where he grew up or anything, but all his
Mm.
activities from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Plus,
let me
half
get
of his
some-
he
Let us
hates
know in the chat. Let us know in the chat.
he hates slang and like
He really does.
misspeaking. So I've got to imagine he's actually got like an oddly dry, like
Yeah.
monotone-esque
To
voice.
be fair,
like,
unless
if
he thinks-
anybody did work to remove his accent, it would be Accord.
Oh,
He'd be like, "This is
100%.
disgusting. I can't talk like
and
this
Accord
anymore."
did no wrong, you know. Removing the Bostonian accent has got to be like one of
No,
the
Jacob's
greatest. If he
dying.
did that, one of the best accomplishments he could ever do.
What were you
my
gonna say,
God.
Jacob?
What?
No, Jacob was just
Before you
dying.
started having
Oh,
a sneeze
that's
attack
fine.
over there.
I know.
Yeah.
Dying over there. No, I was just saying, unless he thought the Bostonian accent was the default way
Like
humans
the
should
peak.
speak. Yeah.
No,
the
no.
peak,
As
yeah.
Fran
True.
pointed out, he moved to Brockton Bay pretty casually, probably to get the fuck out of Boston because he just
That's
couldn't
fair.
take that accent anymore. That's
You know what?
my head.
The other random accent, besides like the smooth, suave voice, I could also hear him thinking that like the 1950s transatlantic accent is what everybody
Oh my
should
God.
talk with.
Oh, the
That's
Zeppelin
literally what
races.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are the Zeppelin races, and they're off. Here they go around the
exactly.
bend. The
Exactly.
villains. They are tearing apart the city in what we are calling the Boston Games.
I find slang rather distasteful. It's not good for
Yeah.
you. know?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
not.
gosh.
I feel like he.
Maybe that's why nobody took him seriously because he had a Boston accent.
That damsel,
That's
she's a
true.
bad egg.
You really don't need to speak in your mic. You're clipping like just in the perfect way
Yeah.
to make it sound like
Just-
you're actually on an old microphone, which fits the
crackling.
voice,
Yeah.
which is like perfect. But it was great.
That's
So
perfect.
glad we got
Amazing.
that.
Oh my
No, you're
God.
good. Yeah, yeah. That's funny.
Accord is one of my favorite villains of all time, though. From Worm, just absolute peak.
Yeah,
I mean, I liked Accord here a lot more than I liked him in Worm. Let's be honest.
For real. In Worm, he's just
I'm not an Accord
annoyingly
fan,
controlling, and in
personally.
this,
Yeah.
and with some of his background, he's just a man with a plan, and
Yeah.
everything would go
Talk
right if
about
they
it.
just follow the plan, and nobody wants to.
But
Yep,
here's the thing:
so,
no
like-
one wants to follow the plan because he's so annoying about it. Like he's
Yeah.
like, "But you guys," and everyone's like, "No." That-
No, say
that's
here,
nice.
name.
No,
Now, say
Vale.
here.
Listen here. That it's that vague Canadian accent for some reason for the Bostonian thing.
Oh,
Is
don't
because
you
we're doing this voice. That's because this is just the Canadians from South Park. Like all those accents they mash together, they become that.
Okay, I actually wondered if you had kind of a South Park twang thing going on when you said it earlier.
It's
So,
not
that's why we
intentional.
were
I
not-
literally am just doing the transatlantic radio announcer voice.
Oh my God.
Some fun things for those of you who don't know. They talk about accord, of course. Means trying to work together. That all in one accord and all that.
Harmony.
Yeah, a harmony. But détente is the easing of tension. So
Detente. Detente. Detente.
dan. What were you saying?
I don't know. It's fine.
Détente.
Detente. I'm sorry. it's,
Is
I
it
can't-
French?
Never mind.
It sounds
Okay.
French.
Oh, it's
Détente.
French as
It's
hell.
totally
100%.
Yeah,
French.
yeah.
Detente.
Yeah.
If
Like-
there are
Détente.
clearly like letters being left out of pronunciation, even though they're there, like
And, you know,
it's French.
They mention he's later that he's a foreigner who's been brought in by a third party to help out
Oh,
Accord,
well, there you
which
go.
is
Yeah.
obviously Cauldron. Cauldron or Coil, I can't remember who it was, but we found out
It's Cauldron.
it's a Cauldron. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just imagining you've got Accord with a Boston accent and Detente with a French accent.
French. Yep.
And they're trying to convince, but they're
No
also
wonder
like
no
the
one
most
wanted to
intense.
listen to them.
But they're also like the best villains in Boston too, like the strongest. in
Arguably,
terms
they're
of
not even
power.
villains. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
they're like, hey, we want to set up here. Like, what are they making money on, by the way? Because they're not like, as far as we know, they make money on like
Accord could have a
selling
sick Etsy
their
shop.
people to other villains. Like,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
they run everything, then you really just want to work with and they are clear, like they alluded to, they're working with the PRT kind of maybe, with Cauldron also. Like,
Yeah.
maybe Accord just runs the city. Maybe
Yeah.
that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let 'em have it.
That's what Accord should have done is he should have found a small town, run for mayor, and then just eventually just become like
Just-
he should have just
yeah.
hit his power and just become president, Problem is he worked for Watchdog, so they knew who he was, but
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Made the wrong choice there, bud.
Mm.
Wrong
For
government
someone
agency.
for someone who plans for all things, he really didn't plan that one out very well.
Guess
No.
it wasn't his goal, I get, or something. Maybe he didn't care.
That's
I mean, he also
true,
didn't
that's
plan to
true.
get sliced in half by a laser from a nerd from another world, so
You
know.
know,
Yeah.
so much
As
plan.
Fran
There are
pointed
some things you
pointed
just
out,
can't account
how
for.
good could Accord be? He lost to a League of Legends player, and that's true.
You
Like,
know, listen, the
Good
facts
point.
are the facts.
The facts of the facts.
but I do love
Anyway.
every time they talk about the masks and the suits being like very extravagant compared to everybody else
Yeah.
around there. I'm like, that's pretty
Yeah.
looking pretty sick. Like
Mhm.
pretty dope.
Oh man.
So
Damn, recognize this game.
but then we get to Riley and
Oh,
That
is
is
this
so
that
we're
this chapter?
finishing. We'll get there. X point
Okay.
two finishes with the
Oh, sure.
inaugural session for team
Gotcha,
therapy,
Yes.
where we
Right,
just
right.
kind of get a peek of the end of the first bit of that
First
session.
session, yeah.
Um, and there's this sense of the only thing that I really took away from that is there's a sense of Ashley feeling like everybody here kind of has something to go back to except for me. You know, then obviously we find out more along the way, but she's like, you know, except for Chris. I think she even notes like Chris is the only one who I feel like kind of gets it because he's like going off to an orphanage or something. But you know, Sveta's got her friends, and Kenzie's got her parents,
Our
and
family, yeah.
Kristen has his people, and then it's just me. And she's also the only one who doesn't speak up about like goals and stuff, I think, if I remember right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
kind of an interesting little session there.
Hmm.
Getting to see them early on.
Yeah. I wish we had more. I was under the impression that we were gonna get a lot more therapy sessions, and so far, this is our second session?
Like third, yeah.
I feel
And the
cheated.
end of one. I'd like to
The
see. I would
end
like
of-
to see the beginning of the first session.
Yeah.
Would've been interesting.
We're gonna get it in like pieces. Like we're gonna finally get it by the end of the book. We'll
Yeah.
have the whole first session.
That's
fine.
just the epilogue.
Right?
Oh,
It's just
yeah,
a word
it's
for
just
word
all the
breakdown.
sessions.
It's just Miss Yamada's notes. Is the epilogue at the end of Ward?
Mhm.
I love it.
All right.
Point three.
X.3. The truce meeting wraps up. Damsel gets some minions, attacks Soldat's truck, and runs into Edict. Riley pisses off her patient.
Yes.
So we get this sense of like we've got the truce moot, right, and they've got these sort of concentric rings of how important you are. So Accord and Blast Germ, they are at the center along with the bikers, and one other gang, I think. And then there's like sub gangs, which Ashley is like in the sub gang starting out. Soldat being one of them, if I recall correctly. And she, gets some minions, attacks a truck, trying to make a name for herself as she's doing, make some noise. I didn't really have too much to say here, except again, running into Edict again, we see, you know, she's like, I can't believe you followed me to Boston. And she's like, well, yeah, like, you know, we're trying to help you.
Oh.
It's that meme of from Meet the Robinsons where it's like everybody hated me. Hey Goop, how's it going?
Yeah.
I feel
my
Want to
like
God.
play
we've used
baseball
that
later?
specific.
Wait, how many times have we
example.
referenced that
I know.
meme?
Yep.
But it's
definitely have.
so relevant.
So good.
It's so
Many worm
relevant.
characters.
And in this case, it literally is like, it's like, Edict, my nemesis. And she's like, oh, hey, damsel, like, do you need some food?
brought
Are
you
you
some
cool? Like,
eclairs.
I brought you some eclairs.
I made you some food.
How dare you?
I love
God
it.
damn.
Edict's
great.
power is super interesting, though.
Yeah.
It's like, except it's like a bad Valivore power, unfortunately.
Well, I mean,
It's like, you
yeah, I
know,
mean, yeah.
yeah, like you
So
break
she
it down of
tells
like,
you,
she tells you to do something and you
Yeah.
can disobey, but it's mentally very painful. It gives you a bad headache. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ashley's used to it, so maybe she has some immunity to it.
physical pain, yeah, of some
But
kind.
ultimately, it's just bad Valifor, like in terms of what it can do.
Pretty
Like
Yeah.
Valifor is just way more powerful in comparison, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
It's that Mama Mather's blood.
yeah,
Oof.
yeah, exactly. Get that
Well,
mama juice in you.
No. See, look. As soon as I said it, I was like, I shouldn't have. This is gonna unlock something. Someone's gonna. One of you is gonna.
It's always me.
You should have known it was gonna be Nick.
It's me. I'm the problem.
It's fine. Ugh. Yeah. It's so hard to see. Ugh, like, oh my gosh, I totally get it. The teenage villain thing of like, oh, nobody cares about me. I have to take care of myself. You know, like I'm gonna build what I'm gonna build for me. You know, my legacy, whatever. And Edict's just like, I just want you to have a roof over your head and be taken care of and like have some of your emotional
Yeah.
needs met also. And Ash is like, no. Like oh my god, I don't I'm not jealous of any parents of teenagers because I imagine that is just like what it's like to raise a teenager, to be like, hey, you have a curfew for a reason, and I love you, and you can't be out past 10 on a school night, and they're like, Mom, you're ruining my life. Like, I can't. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, what a trip.
I love it.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough.
But then we get to what I alluded to before.
Yeah.
Riley working on her.
The
Yes,
modification.
yes.
Yeah. And she's like, "What did you do to my arm?" She's like, "I'm sorry. Old habits die hard, and just in case it broke off, you can stab people with it."
Yeah.
It's like it's like
Yeah.
Great.
wait, hold on. Do it for the bit. Wait, hold on.
Hannah's currently
You gave
tucking
me
something in her
knives!
sleeve.
Wait, hold on.
She's
You
tucked
gave me knives!
crocheting needles into her
And they're knitting
sleeves.
needles. They're knitting
Just
Knitting
needles.
needles.
Edward Scissorhands all over again.
Wait,
Yeah.
I actually have a
Just Edward,
small
just
bag of
Ashley,
leather
It's,
opener.
But
Ashley's
like,
the-
if his
arm.
scissor hands break off and there's a tiny set of scissors in like the
Okay,
wrist.
yeah, though. So, like, from what I understand, so she's oh god, it's so awful.
She's
Okay,
cut
so
off like here.
she's
About
she's
where
she's
it
got
is,
she's
Mid
we're
forearm.
cut here,
right?
and then there's a
Mid-forearm cut off, and then
rod
there's a-
that sticks
Mhm.
out of that
Yep.
spot,
Mm-hmm.
and then the arm clicks on, but
Basically, yeah.
the rod, she made it like stabby.
Yeah, the end of it was
Yeah.
sharp. Yeah.
So I
Right.
believe they mentioned way earlier, before, like in Ward, that the way her things work is, if anybody's ever seen Star Wars Episode 5,
Yeah.
Luke's at the very end, and they've got the open thing where like the rods are, and if you look at
Like-
your hand up to light, some
Yeah.
of you have thin skin like my stupid ass. You
I
can
mean,
literally
just look
see
at
the
your
muscles
wrist and go like
pulling.
this, and you can see
know.
all the tendon. It's the tendons, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But along with that, I believe when they described
So cool.
earlier that it is not just one rod, it is a bunch of them. However, one of the, I am assuming like the structural piece that like holds it kind
Right.
of together, if that breaks off, it turns into, oh, well, it's a stabby tube now. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like a
shooting
giant,
stabby tube arm.
the
She
syringe
says-
needle, how it's like.
I mean, she says it's like a bayonet.
No, she describes it like putting like the equivalent of a bayonet on the end of a tank.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, but
I
still
don't think
bayonet.
I don't think that's a
Visually, I
physical
don't know if it was like a
description.
bayonet, but
The way it was described, I believe, is that it looks more like a syringe, where it's an angled open tube. But
Sure.
it's not a whole lot you can do with it.
yeah.
But yeah, fucking love
Yeah.
Riley.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, then we get some
I always
interesting
love
descriptions of her like taking skin and stretching it over the fake hands to make it look real, and like there's
It's-
just so much going on.
real
Like,
fake skin.
Yeah.
There's always such a phenomenal and disgusting sense of just morbid curiosity and weird just skin body horror shit with Riley, and I fucking love it. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, but I just nothing beats it, man. Nothing beats it.
I do love though, like she like jumps up and she pins Riley and she's like, "I'm not your weapon. Don't do this to me." And Riley's like, "Yeah,
Yes.
no, old habit." Like, honestly, she even seems shocked. She's like, "I did do that, didn't I?"
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
And then
Whoopsies.
until she confronts her, Riley's like, "Well, I mean, it is kind of you. It's not the worst
Yeah.
thing to have." And Ashley's just like, "No, stop it."
Stop it.
And then,
But,
but then just Amy coming in and being like, "Please sit down. Like, you're bleeding everywhere. Just- we gotta clean this up later, actually, please."
Yeah. Oh
I
gosh.
low key kind of want to know because
God.
Bonesaw's outfit is so iconic, with like the
Yeah.
blue dress with the pinafore apron
The
and
Lolita Alice in Wonderland look.
right.
Mhm.
So
Gosh.
like, what does she wear now? Because she's still doing, some messy work.
Oh, it's I imagine
like-
she just wears slightly aged up cottagecore. It's just not Lolita anymore. It's just cottagecore.
It's the same
just
thing, but
went
now
from
she's got a
brown
white coat on. She's
Yeah.
just-
That's
Yeah.
kind of the vibe I got. Is this like same outfit but in medical scrub style instead, like white scrub kind of style?
Ooh,
Yeah.
if we're talking aged up, but like staying with the same style, do you think she just went for like World War II nurse look?
Oh.
I could see that. Yeah, something like
Ooh.
that
yeah,
for sure.
mhm.
Could see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
no.
Be
would
really
wear the
funny.
like, little hat.
I was
She would
gonna
wear the
say
little
with
hat.
the,
That's what I was
little
thinking with
cross-
the little
The
hat.
little
Yeah.
with the little red cross on
Just
it.
side eyeing
Yeah.
Amy the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Anything else we want to talk about before we move on to 4?
Not in particular. This isn't the one oh no, that comes up later. Yeah, that comes up later, so we'll leave that. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good to move on. Anybody else?
I'm good. Let's do
Alrighty
it.
then.
We'll do it.
X4. Damsel makes plans to take down Blast Germ, shreds their headquarters, blackmails Rotten Apple and the gang seller. Ashley talks to the
Yes.
team about anything but the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the fight here was really cool with Rotten Apple.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So much
Just
fun.
her like just the dynamism of it, of like her blasting and moving around really quick. Rotten Apple like sneaking the smoke bomb, when she wasn't looking, like just a really cool little fight here.
Yeah.
And it was brief too, which is good, right? It's not one of these long extended fights. It's a pretty brief, straightforward fight that ends with the revelation that Blasto is making superheroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Or
love the
supervillains,
bats.
rather.
Ugh, it's so great. Just give
Which
me
we knew he
clones
could
any
do.
day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
knew he could do
Yeah.
already, but it's just, seeing it again is like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's what he does.
Yes, I forgot that he grows things in tanks. Like, ugh, so great. Because that's how Riley ends up cloning everybody for the Slaughterhouse 9000, is because she basically spinal taps Blasto.
Yeah.
And writes him like a backpack.
Like a backpack.
Plugs right in. Yeah.
Oh bad.
Oh man, Bernard was right. We missed a chance to advertise for our sponsor, Maid Marian. If
Oh.
you need a pinafore apron to cover up all the blood stains on your cottagecore outfit, you can get all of that at the Maid Marian on Etsy.
That's true.
The Maid Marian, a
Thank you.
Renaissance and cottagecore store for all of your Renaissance needs. Custom clothing.
Custom.
Made to
fashion.
your body type, slow fashion, made to your body type. You're actually looking at the office right up there in the corner. That is where the magic happens. That's right. Woo! That's where it all gets made.
Let's go.
The Maid Marian.
Solid.
Should
That
know
was
that.
phenomenal. Well done.
Nice
well
job,
done.
man.
Flawless
good.
transition.
Thank you, Bernard.
I try. Thank you, Bernard,
Bernard.
for reminding us to continue to sponsor.
We do
We're so bad at this.
Look,
we have
but
too much
work on
fun.
it.
keep
Maybe
trucking along until
maybe
we
by
get
the
a real
time Ward is done,
Hey,
we'll have our shit together.
Hey.
Right.
Do we get X.4?
That was
Yeah.
X.4.
That was
Yeah.
X.4. Okay. Because I have Kidney Stan. I guess every town has to have their skid mark.
Exactly.
Love it.
Is that X.4? Is that?
Yeah, that is the first note I have in X.4, so it's gotta be. So quickly, and chat can chime in on this. I can't imagine there's actual powers for this guy. So wrong answers only. What is Kidney Stan's power?
Oh no.
He's just a reverse. He's a reverse dialysis machine. If he touches you, he puts bad urine inside of you. And bad blood.
Is that what dialysis does? I thought it was
No, dialysis
blood.
is blood filtering. The urine sounded funnier in my head.
I do like the idea of he has perfect kidneys. He can filter anything.
He filter any liquid.
It just doesn't matter what it is. He can drink it.
It'd be so sad though. He couldn't get drunk anymore. And you know, a guy who goes
Yeah,
by
that's true.
Kidney Stan wants to get drunk.
He
Yeah,
wants to get
yeah.
absolutely
Which is why
sloshed.
he's a villain. I mean,
Yeah.
listen.
Here, just because
What if though?
he can't get sloshed doesn't mean
What
he's
if
not gonna
though?
cry.
What if
Yeah.
it's like Gregor the snail, where he can drink anything, and then when he does urinate, it is that thing perfectly again.
Ah.
But he
Oh, I
has to
thought you were
plan
gonna say
ahead.
he gets infected dialysis machine style, but then he touches you and he swaps all his blood for all your blood, so now you have the infection. So like he
Uh.
goes out, he gets absolutely trashed, then he touches you, and all of a sudden you're trashed and he's sober.
Okay, question. If part of that is that like if he could technically be a healer as long as he like kept himself in like good physical condition,
Right?
he could
He
like
could,
and swap things out.
but he's not gonna. Not with a name like Kidney Stan.
And they
No.
like it.
But
No,
why
no,
would you do
the-
that when you can give yourself 15 kidney stones and then pass them on? to the
Okay,
next
so
person?
I think the kidney stone
Exactly.
thing is where we need to go, where he can fire out
You're
kidney
shooting
stones.
kidney stones out of
and
his
they're
finger.
and they're jagged and they hurt their opponent, but they don't hurt him somehow.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, see, I do like the idea
he shoots
of
them out
him
like Flechette.
swapping being drunk with somebody, and he's just like this creep that hangs out behind bars and just like sneaks in, and the bouncers have to try to keep him out because he just like starts hitting people and getting just totally trashed, and everyone's losing their buzz. This is I'm keeping this note for our one shot.
Yeah. Fran
Or-
guesses he makes you drunk, but it's an area of effect.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he comes in, he gets super sloshed, and then he touches a sober person, so now he's sober again and they're sloshed, so that
Yeah.
he can just drink more and get sloshed again.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Willem Doe has he's the exact same as side piece, but just nothing but kidneys. Oops, all
Nothing but-
kidneys.
Oops, all kidneys.
Oops.
Or as Fran pointed out, so side piece but with kidney stones. That's what I was
Kidney
thinking.
stones,
Except
yeah.
he
Oh.
shoots them out, as we've
He shoots
stated.
them out.
Shoots
Yeah.
out kidney stones.
Yep.
Oh
See,
gosh.
And then we've just taken it the whole wrong way, and really he just kidney beans, and he just
Yeah, it's a bean.
like always has a
related
can
thing.
of
Yes,
kidney beans.
beans.
But it's
He
Stan,
chucks
like
the beans
kidney
at you.
stone, kidney Stan. I think is where it's
Kidney
going.
stand.
So.
There you go. Yeah, kidney
Oh.
stone.
Or
Kidney
okay,
stone.
I'll get to what I seriously think it is now that we're talking about that.
Wait,
Um,
no, he shoots out
Dale's.
just dry kidney beans. Just
Oh my
Right.
god! And they just pop, 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 pop. Vale pointed out his name is really Knee Stan, the knee fighter, but he was a Kid Win fan and tried to follow his naming style.
Kidney.
Ah,
Yep.
love it.
Yep.
Nice.
I think
Yep.
actually, if I had to guess, the kidney stone is right on the money. It's a jagged little shitty rock thing, that hurts. And he can just turn into that. Like he can just like dunk and
He's
like
just got a
shink-
changer for me.
He's got a changer form. He can turn into this like sharp boulder thing that he can like roll around as, which seems like a total Stan move.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just morph ball like Samus rolling around, but he's just a kidney stone.
Yep, I think that's exactly it. He's a large car-sized kidney stone that
That's
rolls
funny.
around, kind of indestructible
Yes.
while he's in that form.
Fantastic. I think Hook Wolf has met his match.
Oof.
Damn.
Airwolf versus kidney stone, man.
Yeah, there.
Airwolf.
Airwolf. If there's any talented artists, please make us Airwolf drawings, and we
Kidney
might
stone.
put it on. We might put it on some merch because
Uh,
copyright
we
free.
really
Because we
should
made
do
it up.
like
We made it up.
Okay,
I
no,
was gonna
okay,
say we could do like a parody of like Air Jordan somehow, but make it Airwolf.
okay, but here's the thing: Airwolf is a show. Like,
No,
it's
but-
the helicopter show that has like all
Okay,
the
sure.
incredible helicopter. What we need is that helicopter, but with Hook Wolf's face on it.
Okay,
Except
I
it's not even a Hook Wolf. It's the wind dude. The Storm Tiger.
Storm Tiger,
It is.
yeah.
It's not even.
That's
it's not
the
even
original
Hook Wolf,
one,
it's
yeah.
Storm Tiger.
For those who are
So,
confused, Alan forgot
uh,
the name Storm Tiger and said Airwolf, and we're like, Airwolf? What? That was a long time ago now.
Storm, Air, Wolf, Tiger.
Yeah,
I
no.
feel like it was.
I love it. I love it. Any art at all
the
of
other-
Airwolf gets, something. We'll figure it
Right.
out.
Uh,
please.
the other fun note I have for this chapter is we get to see Presley again.
Hey.
When?
Mhm.
Presley gets shown off to Victoria has her on her phone and is like, "Hey, check out this," and shows it to
That was
uh,
so
uh
sweet.
to
Ashley.
Ashley, and she's like,
We don't
"Look,
see her, but
Oh,
we see a
right,
picture
right,
of her.
right, right, right,
we see a
right.
picture of her, and she's tried to
She
dye her
dyed
hair
her
white like
hair.
Ashley,
So cute.
right?
It's so cute.
If
Also,
it,
it's so hard to dye your hair like white.
I've tried to
We've
get mine
tried.
silver. I've had
It's
professionals try to get mine silver,
it's
and it ended with like the entire salon standing around me for like 3 hours trying to figure out why it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Oof. And yeah, but in this case, it literally is the like, if there are 1,000 fans, Presley is one of them. If there are 100
Yeah.
fans, Presley is one of them. If there's one fan, Presley is that
Presley
one. If
is
there are
that
no
fan.
fans of Ashley,
Yep.
Presley is dead.
Presley is
Yeah.
dead. That's so sweet though. Like I love that.
That's
Ugh.
great.
And like she has this fan, and it's not just because she's like the baddest bitch. It's because she's a hero. And
Yeah.
oh, yay! All the fuzzy feels.
Right?
This is
yes,
also where I was gonna say this is also where we see Victoria kind of show off her legal acumen, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Where yeah, I
She goes
mean, I just
off.
imagine she's got to be in like a power suit for this.
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
hope. And in my mind,
perfectly
she is.
tailored power suit.
Yeah, perfectly tailored power suit, and even the council lady is like, "Wow, if I didn't know it, I would have assumed you were her lawyer and not her lawyer."
Exactly.
And just
who's
Ashley just looks over at him and is
lazy
like,
piece
"Bitch."
of shit. Yeah, yeah, for real.
Wrecked. Get wrecked.
Gosh, how could they not
yeah.
have gotten her a better fucking lawyer? This guy seems so
Also,
not
Bernard,
incompetent, but just incompetent.
Bernard, we're gonna talk about this for a second. Just use bleach. That doesn't work. Bleach just turns your hair
Bleach.
yellow.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So the correct way. Okay. Someone who's been dyeing and bleaching her hair for a decade and a half. It's not just bleach, it's a toner, because bleach will not just turn your hair white. You have to use a specific developer, and if your hair is too dark, oftentimes it's harder to get a lighter color. And then you have to use often a violet or some sort of off tone of yellow. The opposite color will, think of the color theory. Opposite of yellow is purple. Often you have to use some sort of purple toner in order to get your hair more closer to a white or a silver. It is not easy. It is incredibly difficult. If you have lighter hair, it's a lot easier, but if you have a medium or darker toned hair, there's a whole thing about levels, whatever, it's a lot harder. Also, it takes a long ass time. You can't just do it in one sitting. You often have to wait 2 to 3 weeks in between sittings because you need to give your hair time to breathe. I'm sorry. I think I blacked out for a second.
No, that's what I wanted. And ultimately, it comes down to why my hair couldn't take it. Is just it's got a brassy tone, so it always ends up green instead of silver.
It's
despite
a hard thing to do.
adding red to counteract that and all that, it just never turns out. Yeah, and as Fran pointed out, the correct answer is to get silver hair or white hair. Just trigger from your abusive dad. Duh.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then blast your head, and you're fine.
And as Bernard points out, is this the first time in Ward that we see Victoria from other eyes?
No.
I feel
it's not often.
No.
We had other
No, because we had a couple
Because-
interludes with Rain.
Yes.
Yeah,
we've
and
had
we've
Rain.
had a couple of other
yeah.
interludes, but it is one of the
First
it's
big
one of the
ones.
few times. One of the few
Yeah.
times, I'd say.
And it
Yeah.
definitely is a standout moment. The others is just kind of
Definitely.
like going through life, and this one
Mhm.
feels like
Exactly. She's very in her element here. She's like stepping into her role. She's very passionate about what she's saying about Ashley. And because she knows so much of the process, she knows that like I have the statement of this, and I have this letter of recommendation that I left with the clerk, and I have this and this, and because her mom also is in the legal system, like she knows all the right vocabulary and all the right verbiage and all the right channels, or at least what would have been the right channels before the world ended. But
I did find the little comment from Ashley of like that bitch. I gave her my apartment and she's trying to give it back. How could
I know,
she?
like
she's trying to give me my
unbelievable.
apartment back. I love that.
How dare
It's so
she?
funny to me.
Yeah, it's good though. Good little scene there.
All
All
right.
right. X5. Yes. All right.
Let's do it.
X5. Damsel's gang finds a house for an HQ. They discuss how and where to spend their money. Damsel fights and is almost caught by New Wave, is taken care of by Jay, and then Ashley reveals she has memories from Edict.
New Wave.
New Wave, yeah.
That's why they show their faces and they call each other by their real names.
Mhm.
Well, and then
Doy,
they-
Hannah.
Yeah, well then they name Brandish as well. So specifically.
Right. I just forgot.
They name that bitch.
That's
They
true.
name her.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was an interesting fight.
That was an
Yeah, it
interesting
was.
fight. The interaction between Ashley's powers and their like shields and stuff.
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh, like stay away from her. Like she can blow up our powers real easy."
Yeah.
Mwah. Love it.
So
All power to the villains.
why was she fighting them? I was really trying to remember.
She was stealing, and her crew were stealing from a store of some kind, and they were coming in to stop them.
Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't
And then
remember
her people
the
had run out
exact
the back door.
context of the fight. Yeah.
Any fight that gives us more of what's his name? Mark. I forget his cape name.
Flashbang.
Flashbang. Yeah.
Hey.
Any fight that gives us flashbang, I'm happy about. It's a fun power to visualize.
Was he in that fight? I remember Brandish being there and her aunt.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say,
I
I
thought
don't
it
know
was the
Neil?
uncle. I didn't think it was Flashbang.
Does somebody else have balls of flash power?
Is that what happened? I honestly don't remember.
Because she was
Quite
she was
very well.
sniping him out of the
Flash
air.
Yeah.
Because there was
Yeah,
one point where
that's
she's
right.
like,
Oh, I guess
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
I think so. I'll have to-
Good old Uncle Neil.
There was a lot happening.
it's a big
Not gonna
family.
lie. It's
Yeah.
a big.
It's a
Big family. Big family. It's two couples. They're not
Listen,
even at,
Look,
at
it's a
full
lot of
strength when
powers
they had
flying
three
a lot of
around
couples.
at once.
A lot of
in
people.
this world, having that many family members alive is a
Yeah.
big family.
It's two couples with two kids apiece.
So many
That's a lot of
people.
people. It's like
That's a lot of
Eight.
people.
at
That's
least
That's
like
like 8
5 people.
whole people.
I was gonna say, well, now not whole people. Now they're like,
It's
Some of
six,
them are
isn't
half
it?
people.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, it's two couples and two kids each. That's
with
8
2
guys.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh,
No, you're right.
oh,
Michael,
oh,
I'm
I had
calculating
the
for
same
now.
thought. I was like, yeah, I think it's 6. And then I was like, wait.
no, I'm calculating for now. I'm like, I
That's
think
so
there's
funny.
1, 2,
2 and 2.
3,
2 and 2.
4, 5. I think there's 6 left.
Because we
6
lost
left, yeah.
Shielder.
Yeah, that's what I meant
and,
the whole time.
And the
Yes.
uncle.
Oh, and right, yeah, Uncle did die. Yeah.
So, yeah. So there should be, what, her sister, I think, and then
Oh, man.
Okay, so-
Brandish, and then her
That's a-
dad.
I'm
Who's the
Mark,
rereading the
and
fight.
then-
I'm rereading the fight. I think all 4 of the adults are there,
Yes.
but the one who's talking to her, I'm pretty sure is Neil, because it's
Yes.
Yeah, Neil
he's
is
30
the one.
who's like, she's like, do you really want to test your power? And he's like, yeah, sure, why the hell not? I think that's Neil. I don't think that's Mark, but I'm not.
Yeah,
It's Neil because he has a
Neil.
shielding power,
Right.
and
Yeah, yeah.
which it would be alongside, that his son being shielder and getting shield powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Anything else in this chapter?
Is it this chapter where someone throws her the phone? Is it Neil who throws her the phone?
I
Or
think
am I?
Dr. Armstrong.
That's in the next
No, that's
one. No,
the
that's-
list.
that's
That's in
later.
the next
That's
one.
the next
That's in
one,
the.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Getting my fights confused.
Yeah. Well,
There's a
good.
few of them.
This is
Yeah.
also where though we see a little bit more of her relationship with Jay, which we talked a lot about already.
Mhm.
Yes.
As her
that's-
assistant, like helping her get dressed, doing her makeup, very meticulous.
Yeah.
And then we also see here, this is in a therapy session with Yamada later. Ashley reveals that she has some of Edict's memories, which really freaks Edict out for good reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's like, you have a child named blank. You live on this street. Sometimes your aunt watches your child. It's like, okay, I don't
Yeah,
like that. Like, I've never
Yeah.
told you that
I
before.
wouldn't either. So,
Uh,
from what I understand with that, that was the equivalent of not necessarily her having the memory of Edict and the information there, but that Riley had taken the file folder of Edict and basically like stuck all that information in her brain because Edict as a person in her life was an important keystone kind of moment thing in her
Mhm.
decisiveness of growing as a person and growing as a villain and then her stuff in Boston. And so like she needs these anchor points. And so she gives her basically lists of information, which is why she has this information and not necessarily like memories of knowing that information.
Hmm.
That was the vibe I got.
Maybe.
Is that correct?
Maybe. See, I interpreted it because in X.1 we have that scene written out between Licit and Edict talking about being moved to Boston to follow Damsel.
Yeah.
I interpreted it more as that this because this whole arc is from Ashley's perspective, except for that one scene,
It's a weird little
that made me think that that is her memory. Like these are all her memories, including that conversation.
right.
How,
Okay.
Bonesaw got a hold of that scene, that memory, we don't know. But she had access to all of like Cauldron's files and data. So more than likely, like you said, she's splicing together bits and pieces to form Damsel's identity to try to find the right
Right.
combination. And I think maybe it was easier just to insert a quick memory of
Mm.
Licit and Edict doing everything they did rather than every memory of their encounters, if that makes sense. I don't know though.
So,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, from the end of this chapter, talking about between Bonesaw and the testing, what I'm gathering from this is that Bonesaw was sort of tapping into the shard like connections, if you will, because they're all
Right.
semi-connected. But it's not like her doing memory stuff because that's not her purview. What she's essentially doing is as she's growing, she's letting the shard rebuild the person. Because as we've established, like it's weird that when you die and Glastigwenye takes your shard, your physical like silhouette and stuff is there too. Like so
Yeah.
what's happening is that the shard is rebuilding a person based on its interactions with the person. Also, Hannah, I can see you laughing at Beckford up in the top
The
corner.
cat
He's so
is so
cute.
hilarious.
Beckford is above Alan's head. He's so freaking adorable. He shouldn't be up there. He's gonna knock over your Pokemon painting.
He's absolutely going to, but he's a little boy, and what am I
He's
supposed to do?
so
He's just a little
cute.
void boy. What am I
He's just
supposed
a
to do
little
with him?
boy. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little
I
man.
can't see any of the details because he's just like a black blob up there.
Yep.
But every once in a while he'll turn and I can see like the pokies of his ears and it's oh, he's so cute. My God.
What a
Sorry.
little man.
He looks like a little Batman up there. He's such a sweetie
He's
pie.
boy man.
He's boy
Bernard
man.
Bernard agreed that it's shard based, not due to Bonesaw.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Because I
that
mean,
makes sense then.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because of that, because the shards are connected, in some form, they are pulling information from other shards that have had interaction with that
Right.
shard. So, getting back into are you a person
He's
and people who are more shard than human, this
right.
Ashley kind of is a very shard based
Yes.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Much
a lot of
like
her memories are pulled from other shards to
yeah,
supplement her own memory.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, she's essentially a shard
And
compiled
the
brain.
the only early memory we have of her is her trigger. Everything else is post trigger event.
Yeah.
And so I almost wonder if all of her memories are post trigger event. She's like, the first thing I remember is being a 13-year-old and triggering.
Mm.
And then everything after that is what happened, but I don't remember anything. before
mean,
that,
if
I'd be interested to
yeah.
know if
Yeah,
that was the
did we
case.
see everything that she basically remembers?
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah, maybe.
I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
interesting.
sure there's much
And we
more,
also
but
know that she has memories of other clones.
yes,
Because she pointed out
that's
that
interesting.
she has a memory of a younger her having a
Tea
tea
party
date gone
with
wrong with
Bonesaw, right?
Bonesaw, where
Yeah.
Bonesaw I think poisoned her, and killed her. So
Yeah, because
like
she was one of the bad one, like one of the ones she had to get rid of. I think, like she was testing her.
yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
so
Yeah, 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 very
That's
wild.
crazy.
She has all these memories too of dying, like of basically burning alive, boiling alive in the vat as Bonesaw got rid of yet another clone.
Yeah.
Like that to me is I think that's probably the truly horrific part. Like all of this is horrible and awful, but like the memories of all your deaths. Like I haven't seen Mickey 17 yet. I really want to see it, but
Mm.
I imagine it's got that same energy of like you've died, you keep dying over and over and over again, and you're
Yeah.
now just a new clone of yourself. And you know, yeah, that's
We
the
get
truly
into
horrific part for me.
on a really cool note. I think we get into this. Talk about this the other day of like Wildbow does so many superhero, super comic tropes, and we just glaze over them because they're done well, so they don't feel tropey. And so he sneaks them in. Literal evil clone army, at one point in time.
Yeah.
And in this case, we're doing that. We're like, how do you have clones? How do you make it not stupid? How do you explain memories and teaching them to
Yeah.
eat and stuff like that? How do and the answer for this is so well explained. I just glossed over it like, oh, of course, yeah, the
Yeah,
shard
you
puts it
just
in.
accept it
Yeah.
as fact and as truth because it doesn't feel jarring at all to be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, well, duh, the shards.
yeah. Perfectly good explanation. Fran, we can get a confirmation on Slashley. She shows up at the end of the arc, and also I've never heard that name. I love her
That's
being referred to as
phenomenal.
Slashley.
Slashley's
Slash.
amazing.
That's great. Yep, that's great.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Very cool. X.6, ready?
Next point 6.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, X.6. Damsel climbs a building, steals a bunch of technology from inside of it, then
Mm.
has an encounter with Licit. Finally, she takes her spot with the major players. Amy asks Ashley about Vicky. Yes.
Which
Well,
let's
we'll
start with
get to
that.
it.
No.
Oh,
Let's start
yeah.
with that
Okay,
because
okay.
it doesn't even. It is like 3
It's
lines.
fast.
She
It's very
shuts her
quick.
down so quick.
Yeah.
So good.
Just to to quote Amy, duh. So I hear you talk to my sister Ashley. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
That's not quite how it went.
That's how I read it. I don't know if maybe I was reading an earlier version.
I mean, I read it more like
That's-
so you know my sister? And Ashley just, no. That's the end of that.
What's I need the Kerbo. The Kerbo.
Or Ashley just,
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, classic Amy. God damn.
No, I love that. The actual conversation is great. I'm just gonna read it because it's great. I heard you talked to my sister at one point. Amy asked. Ashley looked up, staring. I don't want to pry or anything, but I worry about her. Then don't pry. Ashley said.
So good.
Okay.
Such a good answer because
Shut
it's
the
like
fuck up and
it's
sit
like
the
Amy's
fuck
like,
down.
well, I don't want to pry, and she's like, then don't. Like,
Oh, like you're doing right now?
like you're doing right fucking now. It's I hate Amy so much.
I don't
It's
mean to be a
amazing how
dumb
much
cunt,
you
but
can.
like, whoops, here I go doing it again.
It's.
Here I go doing it again.
I was
Oh, I hate
talking to
her.
Krista
Oh.
to my wife last night about the word unless and how like especially
Unless?
it's unrelated
Unless.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that, Alan. It's the
Unless.
like when it's like, oh honey, wouldn't it be funny if I bought this? Unless. and it's exactly Amy. She's like, I don't want to pry unless
You want to share
you
a
want to tell me
little
something.
tidbit about
And
my
Ashley just
sister.
shuts her down so
Yeah.
fast. I love it.
Slams the garage door
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it is-
fucking not.
Once
but yeah,
again,
just
the fluctuation between like I can't stand Ashley, but then Ashley has these moments, and I'm like, you know what? Back on the you know what? Back in the running.
She
You're
a
back
bad
in the
bitch. Let's go.
She's a bad
You're
bitch.
back
Let's
on the
fucking go.
roster.
Yep.
Ride
Back
or
up to A
die.
tier.
I
is
think it's just
no
I think the
snitch.
difference is
No snitch.
Ashley as a teenager, edgelord Ashley, and current Ashley, who is like taking responsibility for herself and is like actually trying to make a positive change and taking responsibility and accountability for herself. And you know, a little bit of mental health and growth is what makes all the difference. Amy, do better.
I will say I am impressed. Ashley is very mature for a 4-year-old.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
I
that.
was like,
I love that unless is one of those word like phrases that you can just do silently. Like if I do this,
Yeah.
you know that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
It's
We shouldn't
for
stay
those
up
of
too
you
late
who
and
are
eat ice cream
OG
tonight.
for those of you who are OG listeners, that is essentially Taylor's like permanent
not
end
say
of sentence
that's literally
expression.
Taylor.
Uh,
Y'all remember
podcast host Taylor, not
yes, not Warm
not character
Taylor.
Not warm
But
Taylor.
like Taylor
Yeah.
constantly would say something and then just
It's such a Taylor thing.
the look
Oh
out the
my
corner of the
God.
eye, tilt head, look like other direction, just
Unless.
God damn it.
Uh,
Oh man.
Yep.
That's
No,
some Patreon content right there. We just get Taylor back on. For the
Yeah.
patrons.
Bring it back
yeah,
on.
for sure.
Guest star.
Vale said Ashley is like Taylor with less social skills.
Oh.
Kind of, but with more confidence. I feel
Yeah.
like if Ashley,
Oodles.
if Taylor had Ashley's confidence, she would have been saying one-liners out loud, like she should have.
Yeah.
Taylor had such good one-liners, and she was always like, "Oh, that's stupid." Like, no, it was good. It was a really good
They
one.
were all bangers. She has a great
We're
sense
all
of humor.
bangers.
She should have leaned into that. Maybe she wouldn't have been such a moody bitch.
True. True.
Bernard, we did mention that. That's what we're talking about. Slashly. She gets mentioned at the end of the arc.
At 8.
Yeah, she gets mentioned at X8. Yeah.
Are we
the
still
very
in
end.
6?
We're still in
6.
6. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
No,
moving
I do love. Well,
Well-
yeah, I just briefly on X.6. I do love.
Yes, please.
Blasto has made a giant plant monster.
Yes.
um,
oh my
oh,
gosh.
yes.
Fantastic.
Right.
Good for
Can't
him.
not talk about the
And
monster.
that- and
Love
that's
it.
why. Yeah, that's why she like goes up to the roof and she's like, "What is this big noise?" And it's like, "Oh, Blasto made a kaiju." All right. Anyways, business
I
as
love
usual.
I love this is also the first time we're hearing about this. Like they talk about the Boston games, but like the giant plant monster that was in the middle of the river is like never mentioned. Like
Yeah.
on par of like being taller than Leviathan and being like, oh shit.
It's very tall.
alright.
It's like 50 feet tall or
Yeah, I was
something.
gonna say.
It's
Remember,
huge.
Leviathan's only 30 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leviathan's
Yeah, Leviathan's not that tall. Yeah, Blasto explains he put it there as like an implicit threat, right? It's
That's
like
what, okay.
Yes.
That's yeah.
is like
It
if
turns out it
anybody
does
messes with us.
fucking nothing.
Yeah, and then later Ashley gets mad and kills him. So it's,
Yeah.
it doesn't do anything. But then also later Blasto's like, whatever. I can make another one.
Let's we get over to X7. I've got some on Blasto.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have that encounter with Lisset. We see Damsel explains why she was good at fighting new waves because Lisset has very similar powers. Is like which I looked up what licit means. It's the opposite of illicit. So
I knew
rather
it.
than like illegal, it's like legal or lawful.
Mm.
I don't
He's
really know what
lawful
that has
good, baby.
to do with his powers, except the first line on the Wikipedia, which I didn't spoil anything, but the first line of the wiki is like, he has trouble controlling his vices, but he's a pretty good guy overall.
With a name like Licit.
Yeah, it's like listen, I'm like, okay, so are you just like the anything goes guy?
Struggles with
Is-
the eye.
Is he just naming himself that to like try to self-motivate to like stay
Yeah.
away?
I will
I'm gonna do good
manifest.
things.
I will not do
I
the
will do
illicit.
good things.
I will do the listen. Like just
Yes.
Listen, we're gonna have drinks at noon one more time,
yeah.
and then I'm gonna be better.
And never again.
It's
Then
anytime someone says his name, they're like, "Hey, listen." He's like, "I'm here. I'm present. I am licit."
Yeah, I am allowed. I
Yeah.
am legal.
I do like how
I
in
am
control
legal.
of his power he is. Like
Mhm.
it kind of described at one point that he could he could make the force fields really thin and like stack them so that when one was destroyed, there was one waiting. Like he had a really fine
Yeah.
control over his fields, which was
And
cool.
he kind of trapped Ashley at least a little bit. I mean, she could have
Yeah.
blown out of them, but like he had enough of a read on her and control of his power, like you said, to be able to like create this sharp cage to hold her in for a little while
Yeah.
so they could talk. Like all I want to
Yeah.
do is talk. He's like, "We're trying to help you." Fuck you, Licit.
Yeah.
We really just want to
Ashley's
help
just
you.
bad at talking.
Yeah. But this is where no, this is not where she has the conversation with Armstrong in the next.
Next. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she feels the confidence to step up into the center circle with Blasto and
Yeah.
Accord and
Well,
all of them.
she's having her little, which gosh, again, this ties back into the whole thing of like she's so immature in her villainy. They're like, we're gonna rob a warehouse and we're gonna take all these electronics and we're gonna resell them. Like that's her grand villainy plan, which like sure, yes, of course. Like if you're gonna be doing bad things, okay,
Look,
fine.
If it worked for Fast and Furious, it can work for her.
Yeah. But like it feels so it's weird because it feels so unpowered villainous kind of thing as opposed to like Blasto who's created a giant plant monster in the middle of the river. Like it feels like so small potatoes compared to like what she could be doing, which I mean it's really not, but when you think about her power and her capabilities and what she could be doing and literally the vacuum that's happening in Boston and in the next chapter with everything that happens at the next moot is like she in her mind she's like, oh yeah, like we're so bad, we're gonna steal all this shit and then we're gonna sell it, we're gonna have so much money, we're gonna be rolling in cash. And then like Licit shows up and they block off a bunch of the trucks and it's like and then there's this giant plant monster and it just feels so small in comparison of like the grand scheme of what's happening in Boston. It's it's
Yeah.
very teenagery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I see it. Yeah.
X.7?
Yeah,
Yeah, X.7.
let's do it.
Damsel gets immediately Damsel gets overconfident and is removed from the moot. She loses her people, speaks to Director Armstrong. As a result, she kills Jay and she kills the Woad Giant. That's the name apparently.
Weird.
And then Victoria defends Ashley in court. So I guess maybe we didn't get power suit moment. That was in X.7. But that still, yeah. Again, kind of what you were saying, Hannah, that image of the teenager thinking she's better than she is. She walks
Yeah.
up and Detente and Accord are just like, we've been making plans this whole time and we
Yeah.
honestly didn't factor you in. I'm sorry.
You weren't even on
She's
the
like,
list.
but what about Death Chester? And they're like, fucking who
They're like,
cares?
who cares about Death Chester?
Yeah.
And then they do like one of the most baller moves, which I oh my gosh, it's so dismissive. It's such a good move, but also like to just be like boop and she's down the beach. Like someone touches her and she teleports way down before
Mhm.
she can even blast. She doesn't even get a chance to do anything.
She's
and
like, get your hands off me. And there's nobody there.
Don't touch me! And before she can finish her sentence, she's down the beach. Like, it's so dismissive. It's like, we don't give a shit about you or what you think you hold or what power you think you might wield. Like, you are so insignificant. We're not even gonna go through the trouble of like silencing you or like taking out your minions. Like we're just gonna like boop and stick you over there because we don't even care about the repercussions of you marching back down the beach. Like it's so
Mhm.
it was
Or just
such a good
kicked her from the
move.
Zoom call.
They just like boop. Yeah. Oh, that like such a crush to her pride too. Like she thinks that she's doing so good. She thinks she's oh yeah, and she brings this up a couple of times. So she says, I can't remember exactly what the number is, but she's like, I've got 47 minions. And Accord's like, you have 41 actually. And it's so like, oh man. Yeah, no. Holy shit. Oh, I fucking love it. So good. So
I just
good.
I just posted a meme for everybody else to see, but it's the what's with the sassy lost child? And it's just a chord to damsel. It's just like,
Yeah.
who is this sassy lost child? Like she
That's
shouldn't be here.
accurate.
Yeah.
And really though, like she thinks she's so great and she thinks she's so cool and she's lost. A
She's
little
lost. She's a nobody. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, you have kind of a power, but like, as Armstrong points out later, like, Accord's just gonna shoot you. Like,
I love
your
that.
Yeah.
power
Yeah.
can't stop a bullet from hitting the back of your head. Once again,
Yeah.
Coil's sniper is just gonna
Coil
wipe
Sniper,
you
man.
out. You won't even see it coming. And just because, like, if you were less of a nuisance, they just completely ignore you because you're boosting VCRs and DVD players from a warehouse that nobody gives a shit about. And
No, she's boosting non-generic laptops. It's no-name brand laptops.
that would be generic then.
The generic.
Yeah, it's
Off-brand laptops. Yeah.
It's off-brand.
Yeah.
The great
shitty
value.
college student laptops.
Laptop.
Yeah, Chromebooks. She's boosting Chromebooks,
boosting
and
Chromebooks.
they're already like
non-Chrome
$100 a pop. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. So like, if you because you're making so much noise, Armstrong's like, you're an inconvenience. So you gotta like slap a mosquito. Know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's all she is. And it puts into perspective, like, what I've always felt about Ashley in this chapter. And you, unfortunately, like, good for the writing, it makes you follow her journey. So you're like, yeah, she's the focal point. And then you get to the section, you're like, oh no, she's a minor inconvenience that they kind of just like kept around, like, the way you fucking, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
she's the villain you give a Xbox controller that isn't plugged in. You know,
yeah,
that's who she is as a
it's
villain.
exactly Skidmark and the Merchants, right, in Brockton Bay, where they're like,
Yeah.
you guys sell drugs, but you're really not a player. Just go sit in the corner until, like, the Undersiders are more of a player than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it feels very similar in that regard, yeah, where she thinks she's this hot stuff, like, I pulled off this big heist. Meanwhile, Accord's like buying half the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he owns half of everything, and she's like, I got some laptops. Like, god damn it, Ashley. It's so teenager. Like, when you're a teenager, you really do think that you're the hero or the villain in this case of your own story. Like, you see yourself as this, and like, she has the power to back it up. Like we've said before, like she hits you, you hit the floor, the ambulance hits 60. Like, it's true, but also like, she doesn't think like a villain. She thinks like a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that conversation with Director Armstrong, you might say that Edict and Licit have taken too soft of an approach.
Yeah.
But obviously this like sends her over the edge mentally.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
he's like, listen, you're gonna get killed. We don't want you to get killed. Like, we could use you. We have a place for you if you want it, but you're being stubborn. And it's gonna get you killed by Accord. And she's like, oh, but I'm dangerous too. I'm powerful too. And he's like, you don't understand.
No, sweetie.
Kid.
Sweetie, you're not.
You ain't that big. You ain't that tough.
I will say
he does. Well, I was just gonna say too,
please
kind of
go
moving on to something else, but the revelation that people who work for Accord have been working for her the whole time. So that they can tell Accord about stuff she's doing in case she got more problematic.
Right.
Is just like the biggest final nail in the coffin of like, none of my minions were even mine for me, and Accord said don't work for her anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. And
like, all I can think is the mercenaries were probably also Accord, like from Accord and Detente. Like,
they're just getting paid twice.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're getting hired by her. Just let us know. I mean, they're probably the same guy. After this job, they probably went straight to Coil.
Yeah.
This whole arc is basically just a giant reminder to like, just fuck Cody, man. God.
Right? What a piece of shit. I'm glad he got sold off to the Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, we got what teacher now is gonna be our last remaining like
Ugh.
weird
Shit on villain.
yeah. All right.
Mannequin's not around to shit on
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, in this, I'll shit on a villain for a second. Blasto at the beginning of this. You know, I will support his right to weed, but god damn it, this is exactly what a stoner villain is.
Yes.
Fucking useless. Like, oh, I guess I didn't think about that. Oh, just constantly like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna make a giant monster. And what does it do? It stands there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
imagining like Shaggy, really, just like
it's just Shaggy,
just
but
chill out, guys.
Like
Like
if
Zoinks
Shaggy's
Accord.
Whoa,
I
that
just
was
made
really
a
good.
giant monster.
yeah.
That's really good. So like the
You
equivalent
better
of
not mess with me.
his
Sorry.
no, it's good.
Gosh,
I
yeah.
imagine like the care that he goes into making a sandwich, like the perfectly layered, everything's perfectly stacked. Take that and make it like science cloning brain, and then that's Blasto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaggy Blasto.
And he's useless. And
He
they talk
Blasto.
about like when they're describing it, it's like, oh yeah, they've kind of got an eco-terrorist like moral vibe thing going, and it's like, oh
Little,
yeah,
sort
and
of.
of course it's just like, oh wait, we're not doing this for the weed, we're doing this because nature. And it's like, get the
Oh,
fuck out. I don't know why the fuck you're even here. Like,
just go.
Blast Germ just needed like,
Blast
oh no,
Germ.
like we have the moral high ground. We're fighting for brain flatlines because he's just so high. God
The
damn.
whales. It's the whales, man.
Like, at least do a drug that's cool, you know? Imagine,
Yeah, like the
imagine.
merchants, meth.
I said cool, not loser drugs. Do some cocaine like an adult,
No,
you know?
no,
Do some
we're not.
ecstasy like
No,
a champion.
we're never gonna get any sponsors ever.
Unless.
Do drugs like an adult.
Unless.
Do
Come on.
cocaine. No.
Unless.
Do Alpha Brain. Alpha
Exactly.
Brain. The Cape's preferred choice.
I would start taking
Wait,
some steroids.
It's in that transatlantic accent though, Alan. Like the whole of the spark
Take Alpha
plugs.
Brain. Alpha
Yeah.
Brain with mushrooms and all sorts of kale vitamins to help you. If you
Kale
take
vitamins.
if you take it 2 hours to 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you'll have very vivid dreams for multiple nights in a row.
Wash it down with original recipe Coca-Cola. New.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
with
shit.
extra cocaine.
Now with more Coke.
God damn.
That suits my T-zone to a T. That's T for taste and T for throat. That's why I smoke Camel. That's C for comedy, A for Abbott, M for Maxwell, E for Emmett, and L for Lou Costello. Put them all together, and that spells Camel. Try a Camel at home.
Why do
Yeah.
you have that memorized?
Because I watched
Because-
a lot of Abbott and Costello growing
There
up.
we go.
I say watched. I listened to a lot of Abbott and Costello.
I was
growing
about
up.
to say I had the
Recently.
suspense tapes, and it was all the spark plugs.
Oh,
But
see, I
yeah,
didn't-
just
I had a
exactly like
few-
that.
I didn't listen to that. The other one was Petri Sherry. And
Mm.
then
You
gotta
quoted
have
the
your
sherry one to me before.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Sherry was was on a lot for the Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in
Yep. Oh,
Sherlock
yeah.
Holmes and the Mystery
Yep.
of the Submarine Plan.
He just quoted this 2 weeks ago, by the way, to a total stranger.
We need
well,
to
not
stop.
total
We need to
stranger.
stop. You're losing me, and I'm your age, so there's no way anyone else is.
All right.
You know.
There's
It was before our time.
That
Exactly.
does
Like,
just
before
remind
our
me
time.
though. Just today I saw a picture of a mascot named Mr. Sig, who was a walking cigarette who would visit hospital
No.
patients in the 40s to give them cigarettes.
No. Oh
Listen.
no.
Just look up Mr. Sig, and it's one of the funniest
That
black
is
and white
awesome.
pictures you'll ever see.
No.
Listen.
I'll show you.
Is that back when we used asbestos filters too?
Yeah.
No, oh my
Probably,
god.
probably.
Good lord.
No.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is. It's in the just look up Mr. Sig, but for those of us
Oh
on the Discord, I
no.
posted it in the memes channel.
That's
Wow.
No.
terrible.
It's
Yeah.
so disturbing.
I mean, you
looking.
gotta get
1948.
that's the
Oh
face of death right
no.
there.
The face
Oh
of death.
Why
no.
does Mr. Sig look like a Ku Klux Klan member?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh
Probably
gosh.
was.
Okay, we've
Yeah.
gotta
All
we
right.
gotta move
we've
on.
gotta
All
move
right.
on. Oh
Armstrong
my
Armstrong
god.
suspects Cauldron, which is like nice to have somebody outside of our thing confirm that.
Right.
That's nice. Let's see. I also want to kill Blasto for real damsel. No one cares about you. X.8. Let's get on.
Yep. Killing Jay, I think,
Um,
was maybe the big turning point too for her, like
wow. Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
realizing
lot.
Is
that
that in there?
she didn't have anything that she thought she had.
No.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
And
say,
it
is that at the end of 7?
Yeah, it's
that
the
might
end
be
of
at the end
7.
of
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we need
End of
to
Okay.
talk
7.
about
Okay, let's talk about that.
that. Wow. That was so wow, that was a lot. Um, what do we think? Was he an accord or was he a true
Simp.
Ashley simp?
I do think it's written to make it not clear,
Yeah.
but
What are
I
our
like to
thoughts?
think that he was probably a cord. I think that just makes the
See,
most
because I
sense.
think he wasn't. I think if everyone else was a cord, he was like the one true Ashley fan,
Yeah.
one
Hmm.
true
I kind of
damsel
feel
of
that way
distress
too.
fan.
I kind of feel that she misinterpreted almost what Armstrong said to an extreme where he's like, he's
I
got
think so
people
too.
watching you. And
Yeah,
she's like, well, it must be the person closest to me because that's the person
absolutely.
who would hurt me the most.
Yeah.
You know, like going
Well,
back to
like
that keeping people at arm's length. And she finally lets somebody in close.
Mhm.
And just like with her mom, you know, and her dad, that the person she let in the closest is the one who's hurt her the worst.
right,
Obviously,
yeah,
it's got to be him.
yeah.
But it
I
is
also think
unclear. It's hard to know.
yeah, I look back at the interactions that she has with the other her other I was gonna say team members, they're not team members, underlings, where, you know, she'll say something and they'll be like, yes, ma'am. And they'll do it right away. And there's not a lot of back talk, which when you're reading it in the moment, you think it's like, wow, I mean, they'll do it for the money she's paying them or for the fact that they're afraid of her or whatever it might be. And at one point she does scare them pretty bad. And, you know, at one point the bitch comment, which by the way we didn't talk about, which was one of my favorite moments in this arc. But it seems like even that bitch comment of them saying to Jay like you're such a fucking bitch. It's if he was in on it with like a cord and they all are like, yeah, we're all getting paid to like do this job for a cord, then I don't know. There's like this sense of like they wouldn't make fun of him, but he's like not on the take and he's like an actual damsel fan. And so they're like, bitch,
Yeah.
like you can't you actually are a fan of hers. And cuz he's so quick to defend her, he's so quick to be like, no,
Yeah.
no, like they're right and I don't mind being called a bitch. Like it's okay. And in the moment at the end when he's like, what? Like no, he's truly shocked by the information she's throwing at him and truly in pain and oh,
Maybe it's hard to tell, right? Because at the same time, I
it's
could see
really hard to tell.
the other argument being like, come on, man, you're such a bitch. Like we're all just chill with her, and what are you doing? You're like washing her feet. Like why? Like, dude,
Yeah.
we're all getting paid the
Well,
same. Why are you? You know?
well, I mean, we know why.
Well, yeah, but you know, yeah. Oh, I see.
We
Right,
don't kink shame here.
right. The
Unless
foot fetish.
Unless yes. Oh my god, that was
Unless
the perfect timing too. Well done, Michael. And then Michael on the black background too. It's like the perfect meme format. Oh my god.
But yeah, so it's kind of that like I can almost see it as like coworker, right? Where it's like, okay, dude, like we're all getting paid the same. Why are you kissing her ass so much?
Why
Like,
are you such
girl.
a kiss up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking brown
Um,
noser.
and that's why he's like so fine with it too. He's like, no, 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 it's fine. Like we're cool, you know.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. You know what I could see? Here's my theory.
Tell me.
Maybe Jay
Maybe.
was on Accord's payroll. But right
Mm.
before she killed him, he had just gotten off the phone with him and said, "Look, I'm not working for you anymore, Accord. I'm sold
I'm
on
gonna
Ashley.
stay.
I'm gonna work. I'm gonna stay with her even after everybody
Oh,
else leaves." And then she busts in and kills him.
dagger in the fucking heart. I really
Yeah.
liked Jay. That was
Yeah.
unfortunate. That was
Also,
oof.
just for y'all keep doing your thing. Bernard, spoilers.
Bernard? What you said?
Bernard,
I can't see the chat, so
tease in
I don't
chat.
even have.
Let's
Tease
get
I
in
rid
don't
of
have.
that right now.
I didn't
he's in
have
the
chat
chat to
pulled
get
up
rid of it.
tonight because I've gotten burned too many times.
Yeah.
Fran
Uh,
Fran said something funny. He said it's vague enough that he could totally just be a normal guy that is into Hot Topic girls, and he died because Ashley's losing it.
right.
Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately. He's just
Yeah.
like,
Anna,
I
you would
just
know
like,
about you know
what was that?
what
What was
the
that?
Hot Topic girl thing got brought up again. So I was like, Hannah, you would know, right?
yeah.
There's-
Like, I actually don't own that much stuff from Hot Topic. Hot Topic was too expensive for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really was.
I will say, I'm gonna out myself really quick and let you guys in on a little secret. When I was probably 14, 15 actually, I purchased a pair of black and white striped socks, as previously mentioned, but I cut them so that I could wear them as little arm warmers because I was so cool.
That was,
But I didn't ever
you
wear
know.
them together. I wore only one at a
Oh,
time
right.
because I thought that was cool.
I mean, Avril Lavigne did that stripy thing, so
Avril Lavigne, okay, Avril Lavigne was like my favorite person at the time. I listened to all of her music. So I wasn't a
Here's the
Hot
thing.
Topic girly. I was an Avril girly.
there we go.
But
I know,
Avril
we're all
I
Lavigne.
wore
shocked.
Carpenter jeans from age like 11 to 17. So
Heck yeah.
I don't like. There's no fashion judgment here.
With the
at
hammer in the
all.
loop, Jacob, with the hammer.
Oh,
with
you
the
know
hammer.
it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, all day had to have
If
the hammer on there.
only. If
I mean,
Bernard,
only.
to answer
I
your
wanted a pair of
question,
those.
it's not brought up until way later.
Okay.
Okay.
Bernard. Bernard.
It's okay.
When in
It's
I mean,
doubt,
yeah, I
don't
can't.
put it in, bro.
I can't judge much either.
Or
I
I was
wear
gonna
cargo
say,
shorts.
look it up
Fine.
and then look up the
Look at this
references
one.
to where that information is. That'll tell you where it happened. However, it is although there is no reference for this in terms of the wiki, and I would highly suggest not looking this up.
Wasn't gonna.
Brockton Book
No
Club.
worries.
Under relationships, Jay and Ashley formed a close sexual relationship with one another.
Wow, I guess they
Ah.
were forking.
Look at that.
Forking and borking.
So, once
Define
again, not
sex.
officially confirmed. Define
What'd you
sexual.
say?
Was it just like a lot of sexual tension?
Exactly. Define sexual.
I mean, he put her shoes on.
Yeah. He put her
there's-
shoes on for a while and enjoyed being her bitch. How often do
Yeah.
you think she used him as a
It clipped out.
As
and
a
I'm
what?
so glad it did.
Yeah,
As
your
an what?
microphone
And
censored you.
And it
As an
clipped, and that was
ottoman.
perfect.
As an
Ottoman.
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 Oh,
That was
I definitely thought
a
you
lot
were
more
you were
PG
saying the
rated
word
than what I
like
thought
vibrator.
you would
Yeah.
say.
What did you say, Nick?
What?
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Moving on, moving on,
What?
moving on.
Yeah,
Okay,
moving
yeah,
on.
we gotta keep going. We
All
gotta.
All
right.
right, X point eight.
Oh, wait,
Oh.
one quick thing that I was thinking about with Armstrong. I understand. Okay, so this kind of is contrary to what I was talking about earlier about like, let's get people out here and try and recruit this tiny little girl who is not eating, by the way. This girl doesn't hardly eat or sleep, like ever. So she's like maybe 90 pounds at best. But like the Armstrong is important. It seems weird that we go from Lisset and Edict to Armstrong. There's such a big jump there. It feels weird. Like, yes, she's powerful, but we've also established that she's small potatoes in terms of Boston.
Well,
So, like-
Armstrong's the Boston guy, right? He
He's
is the
the
Boston
chief
PRT
director
guy.
of Boston.
Yeah.
Well,
So he's a big
right,
deal.
but like, so why are we having such a big jump? Like that, I will say,
think-
this is the only thing.
I think it's
that felt
Edict
weird
and
to me.
Lisset calling in a favor.
Yeah, and I
what
think
it
he's
is,
a big
like-
softy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I
I mean,
love
he
him.
adopted
'Cause
well.
He adopts well. Yeah, he's
Adopted
like
well.
Well's
Yeah,
adopted
he's a big
father.
softy.
Yeah. So I think
Um,
he has. I
yeah,
think he
that's-
really likes.
makes
The
sense.
whole like. Yeah, these are people that nobody. I mean, who's gonna adopt a case
Yeah.
53? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I will.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think this is one of these cases of like, yeah, aren't you the chief director? He's like, yeah, but like I'll also take on responsibility needs.
Right.
And this is a villain, who's had a really troubled upbringing, and they're like, hey, we got this girl. He's like,
Yeah.
say no more. If you ever need anything to help her. And that's probably how they even had the permission to be like, hey, we have somebody that we'd like to send to the wards if we can get her to agree to it. And he was like, absolutely, bring her in. Oh, she's a villain. Like, doesn't matter. Like, whatever it takes.
Yeah, for sure. Because we even
Yeah.
see that in Worm with director Armstrong being one of the more bigger supporters of Taylor coming in, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
Of like I think for
Yeah,
whatever
that's
reason,
right.
he has a bigger understanding of like people who are villains are more than likely traumatized kids acting out
Mm,
and not
right.
really evil people. Like there are
Bad
obviously
people.
some
Yeah.
very evil people,
Yeah.
people like Coyle who are, truly evil or just maybe too far gone, like, Skid Mark,
Mhm.
where it's like he's dug
There was no
himself into
helping
the
that guy.
awful hole. Yeah, there's no helping him. Whereas most of them, right? Like you've got the Undersiders kids, Ashley, who's a kid, you've got tons of these villains who are just, traumatized kids acting out their
Yeah.
trauma with superpowers.
I mean,
Um,
isn't that most everyone at this point? Like, if everyone's triggering as a teenager, like
yeah,
we're
true.
all just I say we. We are one of them. They're all just traumatized kids that end up choosing a path and
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
I mean, it makes me think about like what draws you in as a kid to join, the heroes essentially. And it's like,
Right.
it's not the security because you don't really think about it as a kid. Honestly, it's probably the adoration of like, oh yeah, I get to be hero
Yeah.
people. Like
The
I get to be famous
cool.
essentially. And
Yeah, exactly.
I've got to imagine thinking back to like Arms Master and what his like big thing for how he was like fucking everybody over kind of sounds a little bit like what if Arms Master was a troubled kid? Probably was because trigger event.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
he gets in because he wants the attention and the recognition. And,
Right.
ultimately that stalls at some point. And he's, you know, uh, I'm not getting the
Unsatisfied.
recognition I feel
Yeah.
like I deserve. And it, kind of all goes back to like, well, why did you get in the game in the first place? It
Right.
wasn't, what was the reasoning? And if you were a troubled kid who, could have easily gone the villain route, like then Arms Master makes a ton of sense, like why he
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
Also,
like,
as
what?
Fran pointed out, Ashley could have been Weld's sister.
Mm,
How cool would have that been?
that would have been interesting.
Damn.
Also, well, I mean, I'm curious what Ashley's power. Obviously, I don't want her to try it on Weld, but I'm curious what the effect would be on Weld as a giant
I
hunk of
imagine.
metal.
I mean, it blew through Bob, so I can't imagine it's gonna stop with Weld.
Well, that's true, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah.
mention that it doesn't,
It's interesting.
because she tried to annihilate like a piece of solid metal pipe at one point, and it just
And
twisted.
it just kind of like
Yeah,
it didn't go away. It just kind of warped.
Hmm.
I think
but,
there's a mental
yeah.
aspect to it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Might be.
Okay, let's do it.
Well,
Just
Let's
don't do it
wrapping
on
up.
Weld's
Next
pipe.
week.
Am I right?
Oh
Step Weld, what are you doing?
no! Come on!
You can't whisper things with your new
on.
mic, Ellen. We hear everything.
That wasn't whispering. I said
I
that.
was gonna say he said that with
No, he
his
said
full
that with his
chest.
full
There was
chest.
no
Full chest, right
whispering.
there.
It
God
sounded.
damn.
It sounded.
Can't
Oh
have
god.
anything nice.
Fantastic.
The other thing I wanted to point out before we roll past this was just I think it's in this section where Armstrong does get up in court and talk on her behalf, and he's there with his like overgrown beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that he's still
She's-
around.
She makes a comment about his weird face, which is
Yeah.
like weird head.
She's like, he's
I
got a
love.
weird head, weird shaped head, but the beard helps.
Yeah, but I love him.
Fair enough.
He's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He is good. All right. And then yeah, she kills the plant monster. No consequence.
Nobody
Until
cared.
X.8. Yeah, nobody cared. That's yeah, X.8, we'll get there. Damsel returns to Stafford, finds life has gone on, but the 9 are waiting. She loses her forearms and more. Ashley reminisces, meets with her other self. They discuss their memories.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah.
Oh.
So damsel has gone home, sort of, tail between the legs, is feeling kicked out of Boston. She goes to meet with the old potheads who they robbed the bank with. He's like, "Yeah, you kind of got to stay away. Like we can't hang out anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to get his
Uh,
life together. Or
yeah, yeah,
sort of.
yeah. Sort of.
Yeah. He's like, I can't just be a
Um,
pothead anymore. And I'm trying to
and
look out for
so
my stepsister or stepbrother and nephew or whatever it is.
yeah, I think the
Cousin,
saddest
whatever.
thing about this, of course, right? This is again that I've only got one more day until my retirement kind of vibe of like. She's like on the brink of reaching out to Edict and Lisset when the nine show up. It feels
Yes.
like,
Mhm.
like,
Mm.
and then she even thinks like if I'd done it sooner, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. So sad.
I do love seeing Jack again though. We do love
Always
seeing
good.
a Jack.
I
and
don't.
I
Jill
love
scene.
I love seeing
Always
the gang back together. It's funny because I
Jack,
was waiting
Siberian,
for
and
it.
Bonesaw, the big three. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew she had been like, obviously she's a clone, therefore she was part of the Slaughterhouse Nine. We didn't see her as part of the Slaughterhouse Nine when they were in Brockton Bay, but like we know she was there.
Mhm.
And it's interesting, like even so you're as I'm reading these chapters, like you're wondering when they're gonna pop up or when she turns this corner to be bad enough to be part of the Slaughterhouse Nine. And the moment where she kills Jay felt like oh shit, like is this where she's headed? This is like how she ends up being part of the Slaughterhouse Nine. But then when the way that they show up, her whole mentality in when she's in the house, which by the way, is this her old house? Because the vibes
think
It's
kind
an
of feel like
apartment. It's an apartment.
Oh, it's an
So it's
apartment.
not.
Okay.
It's not the trailer. She
there's a
grew up
hole
in.
in the floor.
Yeah, but they talk about that. That's just the way she's got that. She's got holes in the wall.
I don't
It's
know
She's
if
got
it's
her
an
issues.
apartment.
family.
Can't
I'm
grab
pretty
things.
sure was in a trailer.
Oh,
Maybe.
I thought it was a
So,
house.
It
Anyways,
was
that's
like
not the point.
hers
The
was like
point
a
though
double
is
wide.
that the point is though is that they're so she her whole mentality when Jack and Bonesaw and Siberian all show up is how can I blast Jack? How can I kill Jack? How can I
Yeah.
kill Bonesaw? Like she's not thinking of like, oh, they're kind of cool, like they have power, they have whatever, maybe I could join them. The whole time she's thinking, how do I kill these guys? How do I basically get away with it, stay alive long enough to blast them all to smithereens, which like we know that she wouldn't have been able to destroy Siberian and probably not Jack or Bonesaw either. But like the idea of her mentality is not, oh cool, I'm gonna join them now. It's fuck, shit, fuck, I gotta
Yeah.
fucking take them out.
It's very
Which
much more like like how Hack Job joined, or
yeah,
Murder Rat
well,
joined,
yeah.
Yeah.
Join
the
I
slaughterhouse.
do gotta
voluntold.
say, for a character who is so quick to violence and action throughout the arc, I think it's pretty interesting that she is not quick at all around the Cape, who
She's
of
so
course we know
slow.
is the broadcast shard is most likely affecting her there, and that's why she's
Yeah.
not
That's
attacking.
a good point. That's a
Yeah.
really good point.
That was
Loved
Hadn't
it.
thought
I
about
saw that
that
in
at
the
all.
comments on the arc, as somebody said like, because when she reflects on how she was probably just a couple seconds too late to actually do anything,
Mhm.
people are like, that's just Jack's shard.
That's just how it
Broadcast
works.
shard,
Doing-
baby.
Yep.
And
Freaking
it's
bastard.
I knew it was gonna happen because Riley keeps saying just put your hands right here on the counter, just put your hands on the counter, and I knew because like I don't think it clicked until you get these flashbacks with her and Bonesaw and Amy, and Bonesaw's working on her hands or whatever, and realizing like, oh shit, wait, no, in Boston she had her hands, like they were problematic, but like they were her hands, like flesh and
Her real
bone.
hands. Yeah.
And we know later on that she has a lot of stuff with like the Tinker hands and how we know that Riley's like been working on them. And it was like in this moment, she's just put your hands on the couch. Just put your hands here. And it's like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Got him.
it's so manipulative. It's so, yeah.
Yeah.
So shitty. And then
you know
Jack.
it's coming.
Yeah.
And Jack helps. with the cleaver. Like it's
Also,
just so
yeah, he breaks out his own cleaver. Like, good God.
and they're just both
Yeah.
oh god, it's like
I do like how Bonesaw is still swinging with the force of a child. So it's
Yeah.
like, ha,
Yeah.
oh, halfway through, not quite, not quite. And Jax is like, this is my power. Just you can let me.
Just let me. Yeah.
oh my god,
God.
it's
Man.
so
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And
God,
right
so
after Jack
awful.
gives his knockoff Joker's one bad day speech, like
Yeah.
from Killing Joke, I was
Yeah.
like, come on, Jack, like give it up. You're not good.
Yeah. This is
I
when
love
buddy.
that.
I
It's
will
so
say it is interesting. This is when the Slaughterhouse Nine does feel the most desperate, right? Because they're on the run from Dragon
Yeah.
and Defiant, and they're just looking for any members to fill any ranks, willing or unwilling. They
anything.
don't care.
Exactly.
They're not
They're
even
like-
doing their fun challenges or games anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
no,
just
they're
like,
not even
no, you're
playing.
part of us now.
What a bunch of
And then
losers.
and then just I feel like to wrap it all up, adding all to intro for Ashley, right? They get to Accord's mansion, learn that she learns Blasto is now working for Accord,
Yep.
and on top of that, he doesn't even remember who she is.
Doesn't
that
Oh,
she
no.
killed this
even
giant
know.
monster.
That's because he's
Like-
high. His brain is cooked. He's got a permanent high. He does a
Oh,
fucking
man.
weekend hard weed reset
And-
every weekend.
And then she just gets cut in half
She's
Yeah.
just
by,
gone.
by
It's-
Defiant.
We don't
She's
even
gone.
get to see it happen. Like,
No,
she's
she's like,
just-
and then I was dead.
I do because
Yeah.
that was such a funny moment because reading that reading that happened in Worm, I remember thinking like, man, that must have been an intense fight, Armsmaster and Dragon versus Damsel and the Nine. It's like, nope,
They just
went in
shook.
slicing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the other thing that they do
she
to
gets
her is, yeah, they
scissor
give her long
Claws.
dagger fingers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
Edward
she-
Scissorhands.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
they
Yep.
Edward Scissorhands her, and then she can't talk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they took her
Bonesaw
tongue out.
messes with her ability to. They
To
take her
speak.
tongue. What did she do? Does
I
it
think
say?
she took her tongue out, is what she said, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's not a tongue
I don't think-
necessarily. We don't know that, but her
It feels like a mental thing
voices.
because she can't
Maybe, yeah.
direct. She also can't attack.
maybe they ripped out her vocal cords.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, look, Riley's real good at ripping things out.
Rip and tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fran pointed
And I
out
mean,
that he's not on drugs because of Accord, and that also
Right.
he does
That's
not
true.
remember from the Blasto interlude.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fran
Yeah.
also pointed out, did you catch the one thing about them having a baby with them that day? I did not. I don't remember that at all. But I assume that
Oh.
that's when they
they've
kidnap
asked
Aster and they are like
oh
booking it.
shit!
Yeah, must have been. Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah,
That's
no,
funny.
didn't even.
Didn't catch it.
Yeah,
So they really are running right
They're
now.
ch-
This is like a
Yeah.
pit
they
stop.
are booking it. Yeah.
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 One
this
thing
is-
I thought was very funny was talking about how Siberian prefers ladyfingers over eclairs,
That was funny.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is funny because, as we know, Siberian loves biting the fingers off of her
Yep.
people.
Yep.
Yep.
I thought that was great. I loved that.
I was like,
great joke.
all right,
Mhm.
being cheeky.
Super
I
solid.
do the claw hands is interesting because she said that Bonesaw giving her those hands allowed her to control her power better, which I thought was really
Yeah.
interesting because it makes me wonder, with the not being able to talk thing, was it a mental block or is it literally like there's something they're like antennae almost, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like she can
Mhm.
more directly point where she wants it to be at
Maybe
the cost
so.
still of being able to use her hand.
Right.
Right. Well, is it also perhaps kind of like a Valifor thing? Like he still has his power, but now it's not eye based,
Yeah.
it's voice based in the same way of like she no longer has her hands.
Like
So
funneled,
it's still maybe digit based, but it's slightly morphed. So because of that, having to shift to a new dynamic of what is her new normal, like she can have better control over it now, maybe. Because like with Valifor, his whole thing is like obviously he looks at you. That was pretty bad. But now anybody that can hear him, like we've amped up in that sense. Like maybe it's the same thing. She has more
I think it's
control
just
over
like
it.
I think it's just I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know that it's that kind of thing. It's more just literally
Maybe so.
she has better hands. Like cuz I mean like but
Yeah.
later though, right? When Riley makes her fake hands that are still look like normal human hands, she has a lot better control of her power until her hand breaks.
Yeah.
When her hand breaks, then she's like, she's got to hold the wrist to make sure it doesn't explode,
It
basically.
doesn't
But
twitch out and
it like funnels it better somehow.
Mm.
It's like she's got black holes inside of her arm, and it's been funneled better.
To correct what Fran was saying before, because I misunderstood, it wasn't that they had a baby with them. It's they were talking to that one girl in her hometown who talked about, oh yeah, she's having a baby. The boyfriend is like now working at the hospital, like after the guy that like they did all the bank crimes with.
Yeah,
Oh.
He is telling them all this.
Yes.
So she's having the baby.
Line.
She's in the hospital doing a thing, and what Fran was pointing out is okay. So we have both of those people in the hospital. This is potentially the same day that Hookwolf goes in and massacres an entire maternity ward in that hometown.
Oh God.
Was that in Stafford?
Having a baby that day is the same day that Hookwolf massacres the whole maternity ward. And we found out during the Defiant interlude they were chasing Slaughterhouse 9 and they actually hometown.
Yeah.
So potentially
Holy shit.
it's even sadder.
Wow. Damn.
That would be sadder.
God damn.
Yeah. Also, shout
Whoa.
out to Fappy.
Jesus Christ, what a terrible
Fappy.
name.
So how do you not
Love
trigger
that,
off of that
Fappy.
name?
I mean, I think you get that name because of something you were triggering in,
You
in
were
public, maybe.
No, please, please,
Public triggering.
All I'm saying is, back when I worked in West Virginia,
Oh no.
there was a kid called Tailpipe,
wild-
and we're just gonna leave it at that.
It's a wild west out
There's a
there.
kid called what? What was
Tailpipe.
that? Tailpipe.
He's not
No.
joking either. He's not.
Oh no.
It's great.
Like I
That's
said,
wonderful.
West Virginia's a wild place.
Right,
Wild West. Anyways,
Yeah, and let's see.
and last but not least,
Talking with the
Clones.
oh yeah,
Yeah, clone.
Slashley,
So the
as apparently as they
Slashley,
are
where
referred
she
to.
kept her knife hands.
Kept her knife hands. Which, is this the Slaughterhouse 9 one? Probably not, because she can talk.
Mm-hmm.
So, or unless somebody fixed her
mean-
vocal cords,
Possibly.
So it's probably a clone as well.
Yeah, I got the sense that this was two clones.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
think about
did.
it being OG Ashley.
Like,
Correct. Yeah,
but
that was
OG
the feeling I got too.
OG Ashley is dead.
Yeah, she
Yes.
dead.
So
Yeah,
there
she
is
gets
no
sliced
OG
in half.
Ashley.
Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
don't know what I was
So
thinking.
there
She
is
gets
no
sliced
OG
in half.
Ashley.
Yeah.
They're all
So-
clones.
Yeah.
Clones are the
Okay.
only
All
option here.
clones, and we have two different clones,
We have self-clones.
in two different styles, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. They both are. They have all the same like similarities, but it's like the slight variation, which I think is really fun.
I do
Mhm.
find it interesting that even for how Ashley is, just with everybody else, that instantly when the other Ashley comes in, it's like, you can borrow all of my clothes. I'm like, wow, that's generous. Like,
Yeah.
let me get
Well,
you
I mean,
some
it's
tea.
yourself. It's yourself. I love the tea thing too. She's like, "Oh, you have tea." And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, yeah.
Duh. Of course I have tea. We like tea, bitch.
Yeah.
That would be like me being surprised when like my Hannah clone is like, "Yeah, I made you like an iced latte." And I'm like, "You knew." Like, duh, bitch. We are the same person.
Yeah. I guess it was mentioned when Kepri was running around that she picked up two damsel clones that were hiding when she was collecting.
That's mentioned. We've mentioned this also earlier in Ward. We talked about the two damsel clones that like were together and then maybe split up and who's who,
Looks like we finally got a bingo. I'm
does.
surprised.
Oh my gosh,
at this.
took you guys forever.
I know, right? Because we basically filled up the thing too.
We
We've
just,
got
like, keep going
Kidney
around,
Stan, Fappy, Jacob makes a movie /TV comparison, and Jack Hate.
And Jack
my-
Hate.
What was my
Listen.
reference?
You've made a couple.
Did I?
Yeah, you
I mean,
mentioned
I'm
a
not
couple.
surprised.
You made a couple actor references.
I'll be
Oh, I
honest,
didn't.
I didn't mark
Yep.
that one down because I hadn't heard it, but I guess
I made
so.
a bunch. I don't know if
Nick
Jacob
made a
can go
couple, yeah.
ahead.
I was in the process of making one with the Ben Affleck Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Let's
Yeah.
There you
go.
Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we have two very interesting ones that they are very cordial with each other, and kind of seems very un-Ashley. It's like, well, there can be only one, and then they go for each other's heads, I assume, and then they remember we can't kill each other because it's the same power. It's just
Yeah.
them dyeing each other's hair.
I
well,
love
fuck.
that.
There you go. You know, it does bring up that classic dilemma, though. If you
Oh
met
my
your
God.
clone,
Would you?
would
The
you
answer is
fight them?
yes. Of course you would.
Yeah.
How would you not?
I mean, the first one was always just a quick little nice.
Unless
I don't know if I'd go all the way, but it'd be
Our
just
clones
bros
were
helping
exactly the
bros.
same.
Yeah, that's what a bro job is.
Unless.
It's literally just like, hey, so I've got this spot in the middle of my back. Could you just can you
Yeah.
just
And of
It-
course, your
right
clone
between the
knows
shoulder
right
blades.
where it is. Yeah.
they know
So,
exactly where it is. They're like, yeah, right under the bra strap. Like, oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Last thing, seeing Edict's memories and testing that theory out, and also memories that aren't anyone's.
Yeah. I was falling asleep as I finished reading this last night, and I kind of had this moment where I was like, am I stupid or is it just too late at night? And I still don't know.
I think it feels like a sort of sidelong reference to the could be a couple of things, but one, it reminds me of like the trigger of Vision, where it's
That's
like
what I was wondering.
something
yeah.
like where this is
Yeah.
something everybody has. So if the shard is the one rebuilding, since they would get pieces of the shard's memories, so to speak, but then be able to remember it more coherently than other people, right? Kind of like how Miss again.
Yeah.
It does feel a
um,
little odd that just from a meta writing perspective, that Wild Bow would cliffhanger it on that as the question, because
Yeah.
the reader, we know about this already. So it's
Right.
not much of a
Mm.
tagline for the arc.
True.
Right.
But I don't know what else. Like, it makes sense that that's what it is. So it's
'Cause
I'm-
what is
I'm
the
not-
final? What is that final line? Hold on.
Something about a black
Does someone
and
have it
red crystal
up?
space.
yeah.
Yeah,
like a
it's like,
crack
oh wait,
forming
hold on.
or
She
something.
says, "Do you have a recollection of the fields? A
Yeah.
memory that doesn't belong to anyone, not any person, a thing. A great plain of red, black crystal, one facet, cracking and then mending in the span of a few seconds. The creaking sound and the dull static. It's a recollection that isn't exclusive to us. Us being italicized."
Which
Um,
leads me, I'm just going to throw it out there. My initial, very first prediction for the whole of Ward,
yes.
that I keep coming back to just because I want it to be true, even though I don't think it is. But I want Abaddon, the third entity that we know of, to be involved in some facet. Maybe it's
Yes.
repairing
be
or
fun.
collecting the dead shards of his fallen affair couple.
Mm,
You know,
It's fallen
Right, yeah.
polycule.
yeah, his fallen.
the folly queue, if you will.
Yeah,
Folly cool.
yeah. So
Yes.
something with
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. That would be neato.
Yeah, I
Um,
was thinking it was
mm.
something like that. Not Abaddon specifically, but definitely related to
Something
the
shard
entities and
related.
sort of a
Yeah.
Something. Or like parallel dimension universe stuff. Because there's still so many other like worlds
lot of
that
worlds.
we don't
Yeah.
know of or haven't explored or that are off limits or something. And then there's still like I can't help but think of oh, there's a moth on my window.
Yep.
And we've lost
can't-
Hannah, so it's time to wrap
Anyway.
up. So.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Two last notes. One, we talk about Orchid, which is a group that like can change people's brain states and even physical state, kind of in the way that like that one guy who like blends humans and animals does, where they'll make
Yeah.
you essentially a servant out of somebody and make them look like and act like how you want them to. Which just sounds like Amy should get nowhere.
Yeah.
But they are probably referring to when they talk about the popular cow toy, the Moomins, which as soon as you look them up, you'll be like, oh, I've seen that before. Yeah, the Moomins are a famous little
Oh,
series of
yeah.
yeah, you see them. Little picture that kind of look like white hippopotamuses.
Yeah.
But that is essentially what they were turning into.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Huh.
Which I mean, could be worse things. Imagine if they were just like, oh, we want somebody's buying like human or not Cabbage Patch dolls, like
Oh.
Garbage
Oh,
Pail
no.
Kids or like Furbies, and they're like
No.
just turning people into whatever the hype toy is for that season.
No.
So hard
Mm-mm.
no.
Furby no. Furby no.
That's a
I have
big no for me, dog.
never seen.
What is
Second
what's
thing,
the current thing? What's the
oh,
current toy?
Labubu's.
Labubu's.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
Labubu's.
so weird. I do
Yeah.
not understand that at all. They're
Yeah.
all over my TikTok, and I do not get it.
I'll-
I'm sure someone understands and could explain it to me, but
It's
I
the
do not
same
We
get
know
thing.
they're
it.
demonic, right, Hannah?
It's the
Yeah,
same.
I would
obviously.
assume so, but I'd rather put pentagrams
Just like Pokemon,
somewhere.
just like D&D.
No.
Oh,
Furbies
Like
and
Magic the
Labubu's
Gathering.
are
I was gonna
demonic.
say
We just
Furbies.
heard those.
Furbies are the
Furbies
closest
for
other
sure
thing.
are the devil.
People love
Yeah.
Furbies at the
Yeah.
time. It's the same thing.
Weird.
Yep.
The only
God.
way I found out about Labubu's, and I've never seen another one, is just that somebody left one on Karl Marx's gravestone. Like,
Yeah, that's a real thing.
That's how I
The
first heard about
chaos!
them,
What?
and that's the only thing I know. I've never
That-
seen another one.
Oh, they're all over my TikTok for some ungodly reason. They're just
Yeah.
weird and ugly, and I don't get it.
You know,
I'm more of a Build-A-Bear person.
their
myself.
ways are not our ways, and their God. The other thing, and I hope Nick, of course, recognizes this from being a teacher and an English teacher at that. And the rest
Reformed
of you
teacher,
know
no
this from
longer.
Reformed teacher, sorry. And the rest of you know this from Bible college. Did anybody notice anything about the structure of the ark?
There's
Huh?
an arc.
There's an arc? What arc?
The ark.
The-
Oh,
Like
you mean
Ark
just
X.
Arc X?
Oh, arc.
Okay.
Say arc.
Uh,
Okay, listen.
You can't say
Oh,
Bible
my-
college and then Arc and then not
Okay,
I'm like,
okay.
you
You know
know
what?
what?
That's
And-
on me.
There's a
But
couple.
did anybody notice the literary device being used
I
for
see.
specifically for structure?
I did not notice.
I feel like I
literary-
should know the
No.
answer, but it's escaping me right now. I'm gonna blame
No.
the fact that it's late.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's fair.
it's been years, and we're all,
So if you
not-
notice, we start essentially kind of with a family. It gets broken up because of the powers. We go through a series of events, including a bonfire. We reach our peak where she has everything, and then we slowly descend into everything else
Yes.
falling apart. We end up at a bonfire. She loses everything, and then she gets back with a family.
40 years of wandering. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a the correct answer is it's a chiastic.
There you go.
yeah.
There's your
Yeah, yeah.
big old word I
Yes.
knew you were gonna
Yes.
toss out.
Classic, yeah.
Bitch, I do not remember that kind of shit.
You should
listen,
remember you took wisdom lit.
I did not pay attention in that class.
Wisdom
I
lit,
paid
Book of
attention-
Genesis. These are all
Listen,
classic like
Listen,
Mhm.
I got to
Bible
listen to a lot of
college. Come on.
Kansas in that class. That's what mattered to me.
In the words of
Listening-
the great director George
A lot of
Lucas,
Kansas.
like poetry, they rhyme.
And they were
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
But yeah, no, in this case, it essentially acts as some people pointed out before this, like a palindrome.
Yeah, now that I
So,
know about.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it reads, it goes one way, has a midway point, and then mirrors
same
the
way
exact
forwards
same
and
thing.
backwards.
Which,
Yeah.
if you'll notice,
Mirrors the
because of how it also has a lot of mirroring from past and present as well going on. But the overall structure is chiastic. We start
Okay.
at point A, we go to B, C, and then we go,
BA.
back to B and then BA. So
Yeah.
there's
Okay.
a fun little structure there. I really appreciated
is
how
really
he
cool.
did that.
It's
And
nice.
how he did it within how he did other similar like comparisons. We talked about
I-
paralleling each other in the
Yeah.
in
I mean, I
the
think-
individual chapters as well.
I think he did that a lot in Worm too. Like we've talked about this before, but I think old Johnny Boy has a good has a good sense of things coming full circle back around to themselves, and like Taylor being back at the high school again. Like I think there's a lot of the comeback around feeling, the palindrome feeling of it, a lot in Worm as well. So
Yeah,
no
a lot of those
surprise that
probably are closer to like I'm trying to think of the shape. Is it parabolic or elliptical?
you're using big words again, and it's 10:45.
Elliptical is
Sorry.
just like a big.
A big.
Okay, yeah. But for those, it's returning to something, well, not necessarily like a mirroring
Right. Okay, yeah,
for
valid.
writing structure,
Makes
I
sense.
believe. I'm trying to remember math shapes and
We
how
get
they
the
apply to
idea.
words.
You're
We get
losing
the
us
idea.
now.
Sorry, but I just thought those were some fun things. I really appreciated how this was. It's not my favorite character. Somebody pointed out way early on. Apparently, Wildbow did test out potentially writing Ashley as the main character for Ward. However, it turns out Ashley's really hard to write long form, and
But yeah, and I mean, I do think, as much as I did enjoy these chapters, I think that Victoria works really, really well for the story he's trying to tell for Ward. And while the cadence is a bit different because it's Victoria as opposed to Taylor, I still think it really works well. But having a break from that and dipping back into the villain pool was fun. I liked it. It was
yeah.
a fun.
And as Fran pointed out, Vic and Ashley actually have a lot in common. Oh, a body that doesn't feel like theirs, isn't even 100% theirs.
Body
And
autonomy, man.
they both have very fucked up ages because of that.
Yeah.
And their powers are kind of a little bit out of their control.
Mhm.
And as Bernard pointed out, most of the therapy group kind of has that problem too. But these two, I think, have a very good parallel because I feel like they're about that same age as well. At least they feel like it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any closing thoughts before I get into our final questions?
No.
Oh, all right.
No.
Real quick, any interesting characters or powers you want to give a shout out to before we end the night? And I don't know, we didn't see a whole lot of new ones.
Licit's power, Edict's power is kind of cool, even if it is a
Yeah,
worst Vala
yeah.
Force. It's
Yeah, I
interesting
like
that
Edict.
it's not the hypnosis thing; it is like a physical pain. You can disobey, but at the cost of
Right.
pain to
Yeah.
yourself.
It's essentially Gios from D&D, where like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
take
yeah,
psychic
Yeah.
damage, but you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
just
yeah.
do the command.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I imagine it's a difficult power to balance as a hero, as opposed to Vala. I can just make do what I want.
Yeah,
It's always
right.
that like, man, you'd be so much stronger if you were a villain because you could hurt people so much worse. And then
Yeah.
Licit with the geometric shapes and force fields was pretty cool. Those are the only two new powers I think we saw.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I liked seeing Poison Apple again. I
yeah,
really
her
liked
powers cool too.
the small interaction we had with Fuma Hood at the very beginning. So seeing her again working with Blasto, I think it's fun. Anytime you have wow. Look, it's getting late. Anytime we have callbacks to characters from Worm is always really fun. Seeing the
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse 9 again, always a big thing. Seeing Riley in her element now in this kind of new space that she's had to make for herself within all these new rules. Like I love seeing that, and whatever small bit we got from her, I mean, big fan.
Yeah. Well, we will be we read, by the way, this was about 52,000 words for this arc.
Nice.
Yeah. And assuming it was written in like a week and some change, it's quite an accomplishment as
Yeah, that's
always.
impressive.
We will be finishing up arc 7 for the next session. We read, I want to say, a little over 20,000 for the first 4, and we will be doing the back half is like 60. So
Okay, big one.
it is 7.5 through 7.y. So 6
All right.
regular chapters and 2 interludes to finish out arc 7.
We can't forget that we know Kenzie's parents thing is coming up, so we kind of maybe should do
We have the
predictions on
dinner.
that.
the dinner with
dinner.
Kenzie's parents coming
Ooh,
up.
That's exciting.
I don't think he said we want predictions on that, just that how we'll feel when we get there.
I'm so excited. I
And
cannot
then
wait. I'm ready to go.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then any updates on who the most troublesome member is? Any thoughts? Also, Wonderland, I can't believe you would send me a Bonesaw Labubu. How dare you?
What?
Yeah, don't.
What?
For those of you on the
Yeah.
Patreon, you can see the link that Wonderland
Oh,
sent. Oh my gosh,
no.
how dare you?
Um, also, I don't think Jacob got a chance to say Powers. Did you get a chance to say?
I was agreeing with Nick.
Okay.
Nothing.
There weren't a whole lot of new ones, and
Yeah.
not a whole
Nick
lot of
said it
showing
well.
off powers. So I understand.
I was gonna
Okay,
throw
so-
out Blasto's plant
Blasto.
giant.
The Woad,
But,
the Woad giant.
The woad
apparently.
giant. Thank you.
Woad.
Yeah.
How is that spelled?
Woad. WOAD.
It's a plant. It's like a
On the
medicinal
woad again.
use plant.
Yeah. It is also a creature in D&D,
Oh.
Nerds.
Cool.
which might be where it
Um,
gets.
You
and
too, Michael.
so last let you know the I'll read out the what we had for bingo. We had damsel hype, fappy, damsel hate. Someone notices the literary structure. Jacob makes a movie TV comparison. Someone doesn't recognize New Wave. Cat on screen. Hannah cries. Riley love. Nick goes full English teacher, which was not we did not complete that one either. Jack hate. Kidney stan. Disagreement on Jay, Alan rants, Michael's forced to reel them in, and recognition of fume hood.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We did kind of get the kind of get the not recognizing wave from Hannah. A
Yeah,
little
that was
bit.
funny.
I know.
I was like,
I was like, oh, everybody knows who it is, and Hannah was like, that's who that was. I was like, and
okay, listen.
check.
You know, I can't, I won't lie. It's a little upsetting at how accurate the bingo cards are sometimes. I feel a little. Every time you read these off afterwards, I'm like, how? Like some of these repeat ones,
Yeah.
like the cats on screen. Wait, was there a cats on screen one this?
Yes.
Oh,
this
there's a
week?
big cat on the screen.
Cats were
Yeah.
all over the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, was it on the bingo?
Oh yeah,
card?
yeah. No, it's always on there.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
given.
It's almost
Yeah.
guaranteed.
No, I love some of the things that are just currently on here, which is like the Michael reels us back in and,
Yeah.
and Hannah cries like, damn it.
This is like one of the most filled out ones we had.
Yeah. it was
Missing all
good.
but two.
Did you
Um,
guys?
yeah.
No one actually answered who they thought the most problematic
Sorry.
thing was. Did we?
Oh, most problematic
It
still.
changed for me. Because this was all focused on Ashley, but again, it just to me it just confirms that she's not the most problematic one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still worry about Chris. I still worry about
I think
Kenzie.
I'm going with my sleeper hit of Victoria.
I was gonna say I do like the
Yeah.
idea that Victoria is the actual problem here.
Victoria's
that
the real problem.
Kamado was worried about.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm holding out. I'm holding
I think
out
it's
for
Kenzie.
now.
I think it's
Holding
Kenzie.
out
That's
for a
fine.
hero.
Yeah,
Kenzie feels
I'm
like the right obvious choice, but I'm gonna go with Victoria.
I love it.
I'm leaning more towards Chris because Kenzie feels like such an obvious option.
True.
But like I've bamboozled myself a couple times before where I'm pretty sure it's Kenzie, but also maybe like I don't know. Kenzie,
We have somebody in
Chris.
each camp. It's like the obvious choice, the less obvious choice, and the very unlikely choice.
We've got to go with the mediumist obvious choice.
Yeah.
The medium is.
It's
good.
So it's gonna be
yeah.
Tristan and
Oh,
Byron.
It's just Byron. It's not Tristan and Byron. It's just Byron.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Byron. Gosh, no, I want more.
Yeah.
More of them, please.
Yeah.
More
Alright.
Capricorn, always.
Well, with that being said, like I said, we'll be finishing Arc 7. 2
what
weeks
date
from
are we coming
now.
back?
The
We'll be on a
19th.
Tuesday.
The
19th,
19th.
baby.
back on the Tuesdays. Yeah, 19th.
Back on a Tuesday.
Ow, ow!
You, Willem Doe, it might be Parabola. If that's what you say, I'll take your word for it. But yeah, on a Tuesday, 19th. Thank you so much for all of you who are in chat for being here. Thank you to our patrons who help us to put this on and sound better and look better and to just do this. It feels encouraging, and we love talking with you throughout the week.
Oh, we really do.
As always, please give your bingo suggestions and stuff in the Patreon channel, and just ask questions, talk there. It's a lot of fun. We have a spoiler chat for all the spoiler arguments and stuff like that we want to have. and just talk about. So I'm really excited, and yeah, it will be exciting to see you the next time we meet up. So without further ado, Michael, do we have a song to play?
Join the Patreon, please come on in, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come support us and join the Patreon. Please help us and join the Patreon. We have fun, join the Patreon. It's great, yeah, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come on, come on.
You'll never forget your first time as a patron.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. We will see you on the 19th in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.